Right, we are live. Hey guys, how's it going? Welcome back to the Kiwi Lads channel. We are back on the main channel. Hawkes Bay versus Tasman for the second or the third semi-final, I should say. Even though it is the first of the Premiership, we do now know that Southland are going to be taking on, oh, sorry, that's a lie. It's going to be Taranaki taking on Otago in the Championship final. So much rugby as well, says Not Mum. There is indeed. We have got international fixtures on top of international fixtures later on, but this one at this stage, Hawkes Bay versus Tasman, followed by Canterbury versus Waikato, and then we will know exactly who is going to be in the Bunnings NPC Final next weekend at 7:05. But now looking at the starting lineup, Hawkes Bay, they have had a phenomenal season so far. They have been able to hang on to the Ramphele Shield, just keeps on going from strength to strength. Jonah Lowe out on the wing, Naria Famai and Olagi Vizinia, definitely three players to look out for. Lincoln McClutchy, though, he's a very talented player. He's going to be playing for Moana Pacifica. Also, they've got Devon Flanders, who will be a good option in the later stages of this game off the back of a scrum. Then they have got the Tasman lineup that is going to be taking them on. Number 3 is missing at the moment, but that is because I have got myself a little thingy that is just above it. And I will quickly go like this and like this. There we go. We can see that it is Sam Martinga who is starting at 3. They have got Chirika Davida. He signed for actually Fiji and Drua for next season. Anton Segner, very talented player as well. Mitch Hunt at 10. Lester Whainā Nuku in the midfield with Tavatava Nawai and Maka Springer out on the wings with Newstub slotting into fullback as well. We have also got their Haymate as well. Southland did well against Naki today. They did indeed. They only lost that game by, I believe, 12 points it was, if I'm not wrong. And what were some difficult conditions by the looks of to play rugby. And these ones looking a little bit better. It's about 24 degrees with 22 kilometres of wind. So it's quite a nice day there at the moment. It is raining here where I am. So it's kind of strength for strength, or kind of switching, I should say, completely due to the fact that we were nice and 26 degrees yesterday, and now we're sitting about 13, half of that. These are the benches that they have got. Levi Amua going to be coming off the bench in the later stages for Tasman. Also, you could say maybe Ollie Satsford could be a very good option for Hawkes Bay in the later stages. Bryn Evans as well, Hugh Renton for Tasman. It's going to be a very exciting game to see who is going to be able to move through to the final. And we have got the Otago will win against Taranaki as well, says Shane Hayes. And also raining here also, says Paddy Wagon. So it is one of those ones that it seems to be rainy in a lot of conditions around the country. Although from here, it does look all right. This game's being played at Rotorua International Stadium, but it's going to be a pretty awesome battle when we do get to see Otago versus Taranaki. That will be next week at 7:05 for the championship final. And then this week, the next game will be Saturday, 7:05. And that will be when that one is taking place. But they are just showing the starting lineup of Tasman. They are a very capable side, that is for sure. And yeah, we're going to have to wait and see how it goes. Pissing down on the central plateau as well, says Honna there. So yeah, it's wet conditions in quite a few locations. George is actually still working today. Normally, when it is raining, he has got the day off, but he is going to be working throughout this. Is this a semi-final as well, says Laurie? It is indeed. Whoever wins this game goes through to the final. Whoever loses this game will be knocked out of the competition. Hawkes Bay have been working very hard to stay in that first place position overall for the side. I believe that is actually going to be Quinton Strange making his way out there. Now, Pari Parkinson, they did mention a little bit earlier on that he's going to be out with a season-ending injury for his knee, which does mean now that Quinton Strange, he is going to be out on the field for his 50th test cap. Or sorry, not test cap, but just 50th cap for the Bunnings NPC as well. And we have got, yes, it is, as well, says Paddy Wagon. Then they are showing Alex Nankerville. He will need a good game in the midfield here because it is going to be so important for Tasman to start this match well. The last time these two sides played off, it was for the Ramphele Shield, and Hawkes Bay scored 3 tries extremely quickly, which is something that they cannot afford to have scored against them in this one, Tasman, but they are making their way out now. Hawkes Bay, they have won their last 3 games, including their Ramphele Shield Challenge up against, it was Waikato, where they were able to win 41-14. As I go the boy, or go the Bay, sorry. This from Napier, says Laurie. So she is over in that. Hawkes Bay will be able to get the win here. And that's the thing, because it is a semi-final, I believe the Ramphele Shield is not on the line for this game, which is slightly beneficial, I guess you could say, for Hawkes Bay, because they can just go out there and they can throw everything at this Tasman side and see whether or not they can break the Marcos down. But Lincoln McClutchy, he has had a very good season so far. And it is going to be exciting to see what he can do for Moana Pacifica. That is starting up in only around 3 months' time as well, which is going to be pretty awesome. They are showing Devon Flanders as well. It is going to be an important game here for both of these sides. Whoever wins goes through. Whoever loses will miss out. So you'd say Hawkes Bay at this stage, they are the favourites, but Tasman will be rearing to go. They have got the likes of Whainānuku, also Tawatawa Nawai in that back line, which could be crucial for them in this match. But at this stage, it is about to get underway. Nick Bryant will be in charge of this fixture, the first semi-final of the Premiership. Before we get to the semi-final a little bit later on, it is 7:05 p.m. that will be kicking off Canterbury versus Waikato. And now at this stage, it is going to be kicked off by Tasman for this fixture. And we are ready to go. Devon Flanders, he is looking determined. And this match now, the first Premiership semi-final is underway. Mitch Hunt will be kicking this one off. And he has decided to put plenty of height on this one. Tawatawa Nawai normally good under a high ball, not quite able to take it, but it has gone into the hands of Nerea Whama'ai. So it is on the side of Hawkes Bay. Marino Makali, two met by the defence from it was Jacob Norris. Was able to make that tackle, and Inari looks like he is going to be putting up the box kick. Another player who did sign for Minor Pacifica. It is going to be a loose ball, though. And now taken nicely. And it is just on the side of Tom Parsons due to the fact that it was a loose ball. But now Marino Makali, too, trying to spin out of the tackle. Tackled by Martinga. And he has been dragged down as well. If Hawkes Bay win, where will the final be? I assume that it will be at the same ground at Rotorua Stadium. Is it Rotorua? I believe. No, that might be where the other game is taking place. Sorry. I think we are in Napier for this game, if I'm not wrong. So that is, I believe it will be a home final, though, for Hawke's Bay if they do end up winning this one. So that is exactly what they will want. If Tasman end up winning, I think it depends on who it is going to be in terms of if it was Waikato or Canterbury who did win, then they would have the home final type thing. Whichever team is higher ranked as well. Says Novmum there, but now at this stage, it is going to be the line-out throw for Hawke's Bay. They are 40 metres out from their own line. And it is going to be taken nicely, stolen by Izzy Tuanga Fussy at line-out time. And now Tasman have got their first bit of possession of the game. Charika Davita. It's a very dangerous ball runner. Once again, passing it back there. Louis Chapman gives it to Hunt. Nankabell at first receiver. Whainānuku getting his first touch. And he has been very good throughout this whole season for the Tasman. Marco Samatinga now passing it back. Hunt on the outside to Norris. Wide cutout pass out into the hands of Macca. Springer trying to step on the inside, but he's dragged down by Flanders. Chapman once again firing it back to Mitch Hunt. They're aggressive with the attack that they have. And so far, Anton Segner spinning out of the tackle of Makiele too. Dragged down, though, by Jacob Devery. Now Hunt. Pass it back to Whainānuku with a step on the inside. And at this stage, Tasman just putting phases together up to 6 so far. And they look like they are really close to being able to break through and get their first real big attacking chance. But Anton Segner now dragged down straight on the ball. Brendan O'Connor has given away the advantage. And now Louis Chapman, he's still not giving it up, and that is going to be the penalty there to Tasman. I believe it was no clear release is the call there. So Brendan O'Connor just giving away the first penalty of this game. It is a kickable 3, and that is exactly what Mitch Hunt is going to be doing for this one. 2.5 minutes into this game already. And something that did happen in the Southland versus Taranaki game is we didn't see too many tries. In fact, we saw 2 very early ones for Taranaki, and they were the only tries that we did get to see. What's your prediction for Ireland versus AB's game? I think my prediction, I said that it was either going to be the All Blacks by 10 or Ireland by 5. They were my two kind of, I feel like it's going to be a very close one. But that is going to be kicking off in actually less than 12 hours time, which is very exciting stuff. We are going to be covering the commentary on this channel as well as the Kiwi Lad Sport, because we have just had this one back from our copyright strike. They did end up retracting it, which wasn't really too much of a surprise because they shouldn't have put it on in the first place. But it does mean now that we are going to be able to do our live commentary on both our channels. And yeah, it is going to be very exciting. I said AB's by 36 as well, says Paddy Wagon. But yeah, the Irish, they played very well up against Japan, so I feel like it could be a relatively close one. But then there's also the potential with the All Blacks, who did struggle a little bit up against Italy. If they cut down the handling errors, cut down the penalties, then there's a chance that they might be able to run away with it as well. But Mitch Hunt now lining up this kick 3.5 minutes into this game. The first Premiership final, or the semi-final, I should say. G'day, Amish. Are you doing the Black Caps as well? Says Brent. I am very keen to. And I think if I was to do it, it would probably be on the Kiwi Lad Sport channel, just due to the fact that we have only just got this one back. So I feel like it would possibly be on the Kiwi Lad Sport channel if we were to do that one. Because I know that Fiji are playing Wales at the same time for the rugby, and also Georgia versus France. But I feel like a final just kind of has that more final feel, I guess you could say. So we may end up doing that one on the Kiwi Lad Sport. But thank you very much for tuning in, mate. Hope you are well, and hope you are ready for so much rugby that we have got today. We have got just match after match after match. The next one, Canterbury versus Waikato, and then we have got the first of 3 international fixtures we are covering. Springboks versus Scotland. Second one will be Ireland versus the All Blacks, and then third, to finish it off. Twickenham is where it is going to be played, and it is England taking on Australia for that massive one. But Mitch Hunt kicks that one for the touchline. They are 3-0 up at the moment. Tasman able to convert his first penalty attempt, even though the ball did fall off the tee a little bit. I believe about 24 kilometres a win they have got at this stage. But Devery now, we'll have to see whether or not that does affect the line-out throw. Being called by Tom Parsons. They're going to go to him. That's a big question. Devery now goes to the front instead to Flanders, who is a very safe option at line-out time now. It is going to be an attacking run from Naria for my eye with the step as well, but dragged down in the end by Mitch Hunt. Going back across now. It is a good bit of contact. Cridge driven backwards. Ennery now passes it back to McClutchy. Stacey Ely struggling to make any meters due to losing his footing, I should say. Now it has almost become a rolling maul as it. I believe it has been called a maul, and it's going to be the scrum now for Tasman. Very nice defence there, and I can't wait for the Super Smash T20 to start, and that is something that is coming up very, very soon. Also, the KFC Big Bash will be coming in December. I believe about December 5th is when that first one is. Also, the Hyundai A-League, I believe, starts up this weekend or next weekend, so all of the sport in Australia is really kicking in. The NRL, it has announced their draw as well, so it is getting very, very close to getting to see a whole heap more sport and rugby and just everything in general. That's the thing with rugby. We've got the Champions Cup and the Challenge Cup also coming very soon with the teams from the Gallagher Premiership, Top 14, URC, and all just coming together and trying to be the champions. I know that Saracens are the favourite for the Challenge Cup, and also for the Champions Cup, it's either Toulouse or Leinster, I believe, who are the most likely. But Sam Martingi has been working hard in the early stages of this one. Like I mentioned, it's about 20-something degrees there at this stage, so it will be a hot day, and definitely hydration will be key if they do want to keep on playing at the frantic pace that they have started this game at. Lincoln McClutchy at that first receiver role. I feel like he is going to be one of the keys for Hawke's Bay, but also Norea Famai has been very attacking in the runs that he has had so far. It's 6 minutes in to this game, and we haven't had a try yet, but it might be a little bit similar to the game that we did see last night between Otago and Manawatu. We didn't have any tries for about the first 30 minutes or so. We didn't have a single try, and then all of a sudden, the score became about 44-16 at the end of it. I hope they do play the cricket free on TV again. As I says, Paddy Wagon, I know that they normally do one game a weekend or something along those lines on Prime, don't they, for those Super Smash runs? But now it is going to be Mitch Hunt kicking it in behind, looking for the 50-22, and it's a great kick as well, and it does go into touch. So that is the 50-22, and Tasman now have the attacking line out only 10 metres out. No one back there covering, and it has cost Hawke's Bay a lot of territory now. And a great kick from Mitch Hunt, saw the space in behind and decided to use it, and that is exactly what he did. He will be important for them as well for Tasman. The first receiver is always someone that I feel like Mitch Hunt might even go for a cross kick or so at some stage throughout this match, just to test it out, whether it's an advantage or whether it is just to see whether or not it works. At this stage now, it is going to be Andrew Makaleo who has got the line-out throw. Throws it now nicely into the hands of the number 19, and someone must have already gone off the field, I guess, if that is the case, but he is at the back now. Makaleo trying to get the rolling maul going here for Tasman. Now Hawke's Bay have one of the best rolling mauls of the competition, but now Tasman using it against them, and that is the first try of the match, and it's Andrew Makaleo who was able to score it, and Tasman has now taken the lead by just a few more points as well. We have got the Hamish and the George emojis in the chat. We have got the emojis back on this one, which I'm very excited about. And hey, mate, as well, from James Gordon, the strike got removed. It did indeed. I got an email this morning saying, hey, we removed the false strike. So you are now good to go pretty much. So that is why we are going to be live streaming on this channel. Also on the Kiwi Lads Sport channel later on, we are going to have the international rugby on both channels simultaneously. So I'm not sure how that will run, but hopefully it does go all right. But that was a great push there at the rolling maul for Tasman, and Andrew Makaleo falls over the line, and that is the first try of the match. And Tasman doing very well away from home here so far, but we'll add him to the try scorers list. Tasman try scorers, Andrew Makaleo, the big man in the number 2 jersey for this one. There we go. Makaleo. I have to try and remember how to spell it. Makaleo, I think it is. It doesn't look right either. But we'll go with it just for now while I try and remember how to spell his name. Here we go. That is wrong, though. I will quickly get the spelling so that I know exactly how to spell it. But we have got there the try. And also in the chat, we have got, yeah, that's right, got removed. And also, hey, how are you as well? Says Paddy Wagon, Too Crazy and Z. Yeah, Andrew Makaleo doing very nicely in the early stages. And that was all from a massive kick from Mitch Hunt as well. was able to put it in behind. They did have the attacking line out due to the 50-22 rule. Mitch Hunt strikes it well, strikes it straight through the middle of the sticks, and that is going to be 10-0 now to Tasman in the early stages. So this is almost the opposite of what happened the last time these two sides played at this ground, due to the fact that it was the Ramfurly Shield Challenge and Hawkes Bay started the match very, very fast. And at this stage, Tasman doing the same in the semi-final. So they are choosing the perfect time to be doing it. It is Makaleo, not Makoleo. So I will change that one now. There we go. Makaleo, he was able to score the try, and that is the spelling. So that is all right. Has gone into touch from Mitch Hunter. We have also got the Paddy Wagon chilling as well. I was trying to sleep so I can watch the games later as well. Says Crazy and said, yeah, it is going to be a very big night. I decided to try and sleep in as far as I physically could before this game, so that I was kind of rearing to go for those later games. But I feel like the 6:31 is still going to be while we are, probably half asleep. But hopefully it does go smoothly. Now going off back there, Brendan O'Connor gives it to Nanoia for Ma'i now. Tackled by Tava Nawai, straight on the ball as well. Not quite able to get it. Gives away the advantage now. And Hawkes Bay now playing with that advantage. And now it is going to be Enery going back across to the right-hand side. McClutchy with the inside ball to Stacey Ely, breaking the line. He's going offload on the inside now. And now they are driving their way forward here, Hawkes Bay, 15 metres out. Enery fires it back. Lincoln McClutchy, another inside ball. Oh, it's a bit of a juggle. And it is going to be going back for a penalty for offside. And it is 10 metres out, and it looks like they might be considering kicking for the corner. Anton Sekner just a little bit offside there. And also we have got the I'm good bit sleepy today. And also we have got the, have you heard of a game called Ghost Recon? It's like Far Cry as well. I have heard of it. Is it a Counter-Strike, is it? Or something along those lines. Tom Clancy's Ghost Recon, I think, if I'm not wrong. But I haven't actually played it. But with me downloading all of these new games now on my Xbox, maybe I will be able to have a look at it, see how it does go. We have got the nice here. This rainy weather has that sleepy effect on me as well, says Crazy NZ. And also we have got the in the chat, hey, from Ali as well. Welcome into the live stream. Hi, Kiwi Lad. What is your score prediction for tomorrow's intense match between All Blacks versus Ireland? I said, as my first original prediction, I'm going to have to stick to it because of the fact that if it does happen and I don't stick with it now, it's going to be the rolling maul for Hawkes Bay, and they might be able to get their way over the line. Can they? No, not quite. Devery going to be tied up a little bit. But the ball is available. First of all, we will see whether or not Hawkes Bay can score this one. Good step there from Stacey Ely, dragged down. Still going to be available here for the Magpies. It is going to be Enery, passes it back now. The hands now of Danny Tawala. Beautiful offload on the outside. Jonah Lowe sees the corner, and he gets it as well. And now it's a try back to Hawkes Bay. Very nicely done, but my prediction was going to be 10 points to the All Blacks in favour of them, or 5 points in favour of Ireland. I feel like it's going to be a very close one, perhaps. But Jonah Lowe just able to score the first try of the match now for Hawkes Bay, and they are back into this contest. Only takes one attacking move. The offside advantage, and then from there was just a backline movement. Stacey Ely with a great step on the inside. And we will go like this as well. Try scorers. I've realised scorers looks like a weird word when you type it many times, but Jonah Lowe was able to score. He scores many tries, I guess you could say as well, and we are only 12 minutes into this game, and we've already had 2 tries scored, and you can see that the dry conditions are just meaning that they can have some free flow in rugby as well. All I want to see is Lowe and Gibson Park do the haka as well. There's Crazy and Z. I feel like maybe Ireland wouldn't be too happy if those two joined in for the opposition haka for the match, but they are both playing. Gibson Park starting at 9, then it will be Connor Murray coming off the bench. Also, they have got Tyke Byrne off the bench, who is going to be one to watch out for in the later stages. But Lincoln McClutchy now is kicking so far this season. It's been very impressive, and we'll be trying to line this one up and put it straight down the middle. At 12 minutes into this game, and it is already a game with 15 points on the board between these two sides, which is very impressive indeed. This kick would be very good from McClutchy. If he can get it over, it is way out on the angle, probably about 30. And he has struck it just away to the left-hand side, or sorry, the right. So that means that it is going to remain unconverted. 5 points to Hawkes Bay and 10 to Tasman. Tom Clancy, there's Ghost Recon Wildlands as well. That's a good one. And there's Breakpoint, which just come out this year as well. Says that James Gordon, I think the last Counter-Strike game that I did play was probably, I should say, like Tom Clancy's game. I feel like it was Rainbow Six Siege 2. So that was probably a little while ago on the Xbox 360. So maybe I will have to try one out again, and haven't played Wildlands for a minute as well. Says Crazy and said now Enery got this one on the 22 at the moment for Hawkes Bay. Putting up the box kick, and it is a very nice one. As well, Macca Springer, no pressure on him. It's actually Andrew Newster, but now he's got plenty of pressure driven back into his own half. Chapman now passes it back across field. Tuanga Fussy with the carry. Chapman once again looking to the right-hand side. Jacob Norris now going to be charging his way forward. It looks like he's strapped up his head, but it's pretty much all come off. Mitch Hunt with a little chip in behind. And it is going into touch, though. Right on it, Whainanoku was almost there. We have, why don't you do the Fiji lineup versus Wales as well, says Dylan. It is actually already filmed. It is just going to be coming out a little bit later on tonight. So it will probably be either tonight or tomorrow morning due to the fact that their game is going to be on Monday rather than the Sunday. So I decided that I would leave it a little bit closer to the kickoff. But at this stage now, Devery has put that one up. But all I will say is Tuisova in the starting lineup is going to be one to watch out for them as well. And they have got a few other players. All that stolen, though, on the ground now. For Anton Segner now, Chapman fires it back. Once again, Charika Davita trying to drive his way forward up to the 22 at the moment for the Marcos. Whainanoku bumping out of the tackles. He's trying to continue his way forward. He was in good try scoring form. He hasn't really played or hasn't really scored in the last few weeks. So because of that, it does make it very tricky. It's going to be the penalty against Brendan O'Connor for a player being tackled off the ball, I believe it is. And also we have got the, try, Tom Clancy's Wildlands, if you want as well, says James Gordon there. Is that the best one out of all of them? Because I know that COD, I don't think I've played a COD consistently since about COD Warzone, I think. No, sorry, not Warzone. It was actually Call of Duty Ghost probably was my last one that I spent a lot of time on. So they have now had Call of Duty Vanguard, I believe, that has just dropped, but I haven't actually checked it out yet. So I'm not sure whether or not it is any good, but they are just showing here that it was a player off the ball. I believe it was playing the halfback there, Chapman, and now straight out in front, Mitch Hunt will be able to convert this one. 15 minutes into this game, and this will give Tasman once again an 8-point lead, which is going to be a very close finish to this game already. I can tell we are going to probably get around 30 points per side. As yeah, while it's open world, the map is huge as well. Says Crazy NZ, so maybe it would be a very good one to check out. And I assume it wouldn't have split screen, though. I assume that it is multiplayer rather than split screen. Crazy NZ, do let me know. That is the thing. A lot of games now, they don't actually have multiplayer in terms of split screen. They do normally have it just that you can be online. But now that I have got my Xbox that I did get the other day, my old one is still getting fixed, but hopefully it will be fixed very soon. So I will actually be able to possibly play. I was going to say play with myself, but that sounds like a bad statement. But like play two consoles in the same location type thing. And see how it goes. At this stage, 58% possession for Tasman in the early stages of this one. So they've had more possession. They've made the most of it by getting 8 more points as well. Tavan Nawai almost takes that one. A little bit of a juggle, but it did go backwards. And now he drives his way forward. 30 metres out from their own line here, Tasman. And they are going to be using these big forwards once again. Charika Davita with the carry. Chapman looking like he might put up the box kick here or fire it back to Mitch Hunt. And also, yeah, multiplayer as well in the chat from Crazy NZ. And also we have got that, can you read my message as well? Says Brandon, is it in the chat? Because if it is, it has not come through for that one. But now it is going to be once again in the hands of Enery. Hawkes Bay on the halfway line. Devon Flanders. And at this stage, Hawkes Bay, they will be trying to find their way over the try line one more time. Lolagi Vizinia offload from Devery. That one's gone into touch off Marino Makali too. So good pressure at the moment on defence from Tasman to be able to find a way of stopping what is normally very smooth, I should say, on December 18th in Tampa, Florida. Who do you think is going to win a boxing match between Tommy Fury, pro boxer, and Jake Paul, YouTube pro boxer as well, says Ryan Sims. I feel like Tommy Fury, purely because of the fact that he is, I guess, completely, like, I guess you could say, like, but that's the thing, Jake Paul, he has actually been improving throughout his ones, but I would say that Tommy Fury, due to more experience, should be able to win that one, I would think. Then saying that, people thought that about like the likes of Tyron Woodley and whatnot. We haven't got there. Hopefully Fury, but won't be surprised if he loses. Looked bad in his last fight as well, and you'll get some guys with you, and they won't be players you can go solo as well. Says James Gordon. Also, we have got there. I don't know what happened to my YouTube channel as well. Says Brandon. So I guess it is one of those ones. If you did get a copyright strike, normally, as long as it wasn't on a live stream or anything like that, you should still be able to upload and everything if it is your first warning. But you will have to do copyright school. Is kind of the situation that they will have you do, which is pretty much just filling out a survey that says what you should and shouldn't do when it comes to copyright strikes. Luckily, we didn't have to fill it out for this one because we had to fill it out for Super Rugby AU when we got that false strike. So we've had a few of them on the channel, that is for sure. Although this one was definitely the longest that one has lasted. That's going to be the advantage to Hawkes Bay now. Marino Makali too, trying to get the ball out. Devery goes down. Henry now passes it on the bounce to the hands of Danny Tawala. He is a very dangerous player in the number 12 jersey. Lincoln McClutchy pops it on the inside to Devery, and they are going back for the penalty. No, is not at as well. No, is not at. Says it, Brandon. No, it's not at. As in, it's not that. As in, it's not a strike. I assume maybe it's because I know that you said you got hacked a while ago, Brandon. So maybe it could be that perhaps as well. But 19 minutes into this game at the moment, they are showing Izzy Tuanga Fussy giving away the penalty there. But now Lincoln McClutchy going to be kicking for the corner. The rolling maul is something that just Hawkes Bay have used in their favour a lot. That's a brilliant kick there from Lincoln McClutchy, and that is something that he has just done very well in terms of the touch finders that he does. How many copyright strikes have you had on the main channel? I have had, so I had one for Super Rugby AU when it first started up, but that one we were able to get removed about 5 days or so later. And then this one was our second one, where it was, I guess it was the second one we've ever received, but it was counted as the first due to the fact that the other one did get retracted. So this one was on cricket for the live stream, which was slightly unfortunate there. But now at this stage, rolling more here for Hawkes Bay. But we don't plan on getting too many more of them in the future. Breaking off the back there, and it's the try to Tom Parsons. Or was it? Yes, it was. And Tom Parsons, with his pants pulled down, was able to score that one. We will go like this, and we will go like this. It's another try in this match already. We have already seen 3 tries. The captain of Hawkes Bay, Tom Parsons, like I mentioned, normally Ash Dixon, but he is heading to Japan to the top league, so it does mean that Parsons now is going to be the man who does just use a very nice rolling maul. I'm not even sure how his pants ended up getting pulled down, Tom Parsons, but he just broke off and was able to score the try as well. And now Hawkes Bay getting just a little bit closer to being back into this game, sitting on the 10 points. And also we have got I got my YouTube channel, but something I do with you on Plants vs Zombies Battle for Nailville as well. There's Brandon there. Something to do with, like, as in like the video, Brandon, or what's the go there? And also we have got their Wildlands have cool chases, and it's so fun and satisfying riding a dirt bike down a big mountain and getting chased by a helicopter on a mountain bike as well. Says James Gordon, that sounds like a lot of fun. So I might actually have to check that one out. 43 meters out now. Lincoln McClutchy will be lining up this kick now for himself, but 21 minutes in at the moment. And Hawkes Bay, this could put them within 1 point. Lining it up now. Someone's car alarm's going off. That's a good strike from Lincoln McClutchy. Straight down the middle, is it? Yes, it is. And now the score is going to be 12 to Hawkes Bay and 13 to Tasman as well. Is a video as well, says Brandon there. Although I don't think that having our name in the title would have got a new copyright strike, because we have had our name in our title a lot of the times on this channel, and they don't normally strike it. So I feel like it could have been something else, perhaps, like maybe copyrighted music or something along those lines. But Mitch Hunt now will be kicking this one off from the halfway line. Has gone extremely high once again, trying to line up Tava Nawai, who's normally very good under the high ball. It is going to be just on the side of Tasman, and they have retained it. Off kickoff, but now Brendan O'Connor, has he been able to steal it? No, not quite. Was asking for the penalty, but couldn't quite get his hands on the ball. Now it is going back into the hands of Mitch Hunt at first receiver. Now Whainānuku breaking the line, still going. Whainānuku has a man on the inside, couldn't quite leak up with new stuff there. Now it's going to be Chapman, fires it back to Rika Davita. Chucking the ball for Whainānuku, trying to spin. Get him very close to the line here for the Marcos. Chapman passes it back now into the hands of Andrew Makalea. Already picked himself up 1 for today. Can he get another? That's a big question. Sam Martinga looks like he is going to be taking it on unless he passes it off. Instead, now it is going to be Jacob Norris. Very close. Or actually, sorry, it was Shalfoon who did get the carry there. Chapman looking to the short side now. Attacking run. And it is going to be the try for Andrew Newstub. And it's another try for Tasman here. And also we have got there, someone's car going off as well. Says James Gordon there. And also we'll quickly add that one to the try scorers list. This list is going to get very long by the looks of it, but it is Chapman who was able to score it there. Oh, sorry, it's Andrew Newstub, I should say. But we will go like that, and we will go like that. But he has been able to score. He's done very well since coming from the 7th circuit to be able to get himself into some very good form. But Whainānuku, the big man, just driving at the line and almost able to get right through. Tight one already as well, says on it. It is indeed, and I don't know if I'm going to let you know as well, says Brandon there. And then they decided to go to the short side. Whainānuku, he did end up attacking the line early so that they did think it was going in, but instead passed it behind, and it did go straight into the hands of Newstub, who was able to score the try for Tasman. So now they get themselves a little bit more of a lead. But at this stage, seems like it's going to be an extremely high scoring one. We've had 30 points in the first 24 minutes of this game, which is a total number of almost, in fact, that's almost it is more points, I think, than the last game that we did see between Taranaki and Southland. So it is certainly ramping up, that is for sure. We are looking like we are going to have a very high score in one, which is very exciting news due to the fact that we will just get to keep on seeing a whole heap more tries in this game as well. But it is going to be the kick from Mitch Hunt. It looks like it's not the easiest day for kicking, but if he can nail this one, it will put them back to an 8-point lead. In this fixture, we have got the arm on COD now. COD Modern Warfare, Modern Warfare while watching as well. There's Paddy Wagon there. Great strike from Mitch Hunt, and that one has gone over. So he has been very successful off the tee so far. And that now means that the score is 20 for Tasman and 12 for Hawkes Bay. It is going to be a high scorer one by the looks of it. Leicester Whainanoku attacking the line very nicely. Seems like he could be one who will be scoring a try in the later stages perhaps of this game. But we will have to wait and see, of course. But now kicked off once again there and taken beautifully by Charaka Davita, just running over the top of the opposition, which is something that he can do very, very well. Mitch Hunt now putting the ball high, and it is going to be taken nicely. Oh, it's out on the full. And now because of it, it does mean that it is going to be Hawkes Bay with an attacking opportunity here to try and get something going just outside of the 22. They might be able to fire back with a try of their own. And it just keeps on going, try after try after try in this game. 2 tries apiece, Makala and Nustab, and then Jonah Lowe and Tom Parsons as well. It seems like it is going to be maybe, could it be 100 point? Imagine a 100-point contest between these two sides. That would be very impressive, but more than likely it will slow down at some stage, I would think. But 32 minutes in, and 25 minutes in, and we have already had 32 points. So I would say maybe about 70 points will be scored in this fixture. And it is going to be a very exciting one to see who can get all the tries. But now it is actually going to be, unfortunately, Devon Flanders, who is down at the moment with an injury. Very talented player off the back of a scrum. Also in the line-out, very crucial for Hawkes Bay to get these ones right. Now this guy's trying to spin his neck round. That looks a bit painful, I would think, more than likely. Now it looks like maybe just the right shoulder of Devon Flanders is giving him a little bit of trouble. But it is going to be exciting. Who do you guys think is going to be scoring the next try of this match? Due to the fact that they just seem to keep on going at this stage. Lincoln McClutchy, he is an important player for Hawkes Bay, and maybe he could be the one who will be able to get the next one in this fixture. But I would assume more than likely with the bench that Tasman have got, it's going to be the big question of who do they take off in that backline, because they've got Levi Amua, but then Leicester Whainanoku is one of those players that you probably want to leave out there as long as physically possible. So perhaps instead you take off Alex Nankervel. That one's going to be not quite stolen. It's a knock-on, though. And now it is going to be the scrum feed. So very nicely done in the end by Tasman, just to put on enough pressure that then made the number 3 there drop the ball. And in this one, it is actually Joe Apakatoa starting this one at 3. But very unfortunate for Hawkes Bay. It was a good attacking opportunity, but they didn't quite get it right at line-out time. And now Tasman are going to be trying to clear their lines after the scrum. That is not ideal. That is our first yawn of the day. Hopefully the last, though, because we have got plenty more live streams. We are going to be doing 5 today, talking for a total of over 12 hours on this channel, but it is going to be worth it because of the fact that it is going to be some very exciting rugby that is coming up. What else are you streaming tonight before the international games as well? Says Crazy NZ. So we have got the next game will be Canterbury versus Waikato. Will be the next game that we do for the Bunnings NPC Semi Final. That is a spinning one, and that's going to be the penalty to Tasman at scrum time. So they will now be able to clear their lines. But yeah, it is pretty much going to be the Tasman versus Hawkes Bay game here, then Canterbury versus Waikato. Then I will be working on all of my kind of live stream information like thumbnails, also screenshots and everything that I am going to be making so that I can put them up on the screen during those international fixtures. And that will probably take me right through to pretty much kickoff of the next one we have. Let's go there. How did Taranaki get on, says Chris? They were able to get the win, I believe. I'm just going to quickly make sure I do have the right score for you. It was 25 points to Taranaki, 13 to Southland. 2 very early tries for Taranaki, and then it was all penalties between the two sides, I believe, other than a late try for Rory Van Vert, who was able to score it. But yeah, in the end, there were quite a few penalties in that match between the two sides, but I believe it was raining as well, which did make it a little bit more awkward. This game, we have got fine conditions, and we have already seen 4 tries scored between these two sides. It is certainly going back and forth, and now it is going to be the back line. Beautiful inside ball there into the hands of Nustab. Oh, it's been knocked down by Lulagi Vizier, but now Nankapel, he's got Tava Nawai with him, finds the offload. Oh, tackled a little bit high, gets back to his feet and scores the try anyway. Tava Nawai, but they are going to be going upstairs to check this one. Have they been able to score it again? They are just going to be checking this one here for Tasman. They're saying it was a high tackle. It is a try. Is it going to be a yellow card? Going to have to wait and see. It looks like they are having a bit of a chat to the players, but it is going to be Tava Nawai who was able to score it. And now Tasman pick up their third try. Tava Nawai. There we go. I hope that is how I just spell it, but it was a beautiful inside ball into the hands of Macca Springer. Then on the outside, Lolagi Vizier ended up knocking it down. And at this stage now, it is going to be on the outside to Tava Nawai, who did almost get dragged down by Marino Makali too, but wasn't able to stop him. And Tasman once again are scoring. And now 26 minutes into this game, and now Tasman's sitting on 25 points. So it's going quick. That is for sure. We have got their morning from South Africa as well. Says Masagway as well. Welcome into the live stream. I believe it's Michael as well, isn't it? If I'm not wrong. So thank you very much for tuning in, mate. 28 minutes into this game, and we have already had a huge amount of tries. And I hope you are excited for the game that has taken place between South Africa and Scotland. A little bit later on, we are going to be covering that on the channel as well. Try in the chat from Crazy NZ. And hopefully you have been enjoying those emojis, mate. It is great to have it back on the main channel due to the fact that it has been a few weeks since we've been able to strike, or since we've been able to live stream on the main channel due to a copyright strike. And we have got their sweet leaf. Jada said there, that's Trev, I believe, if I'm not wrong. Long time no see. Welcome into the live stream, mate. It is great to have you here as well for the semi-final of the Premiership at this stage. Whoever wins this game goes through to the final to face off against either Canterbury or it will be Waikato. Mitch Hunt not striking that one too well. So now at this stage, 25 points to Tasman, 12 to Hawkes Bay. And you feel like at this stage, the way that Tasman are playing, they might be able to make it through to the final. Hawkes Bay have been on fire throughout this whole competition. They got promoted from the championship last year. They were top of the Premiership this year up until this stage, where it does come down to that kind of point differential right at the end, or terms of the knockout stage, I should say. Tava Nawai once again takes it, driving forward at Pori Rakati Stones. Chapman now once again going to be firing the ball back to the hands of Tarika Davita. The ball has been dropped. Did it go backwards? So Chapman now fires it back to Mitch Hunt. He did kick the ball out on the full a little bit earlier on, trying to use the wind to his advantage here. Taken nicely by Jonah Lowe. Was just inside of his own half, and now he has got Lolagi Vizier with him as well. He has used him, and he's going straight through. Lolagi Vizier, great low tackle there from Chapman. Tries to find the offload, and that's a knock on. And tell you what, brilliant tackle there from the young halfback. Lolagi Vizier not too happy. He went straight through the gap. Kieran the bump for the Hamish of the George to the chat. From Crazy NZ as well. Yeah, Lolagi Vizier, very dangerous player. Almost able to pierce the gap through. But Jonah Lowe just gave it into the hands of Lolagi Vizier. And as soon as he made that pass, you knew that they were going to make some meters, the Magpies. And then Chapman, last-ditch effort to be able to make that tackle. And then it wasn't quite claimed by the try scorer, Tom Parsons, a little bit earlier on. But we've already had 5 tries scored in this game, and we are still in the first half. So it seems like we might even get 10 tries in this game, which would lead us to a lot of points by the looks of it. But now it is going to be the scrum feed for Tasman just inside of their own half, 35 meters out. And they are going to be trying to have a big push here. They did win their last scrum penalty, so they will be trying to do the exact same here. But Chapman made a good tackle on Lolagi Vizier. Looks like he is going to be playing well for this game. Normally, of course, the Tasman side would have Finley Christie. That's a big push there from Hawkes Bay, and it's a penalty to Hawkes Bay for that massive push. And now because of it, they will be able to kick this one for the corner. I don't think they'll take on the 3 points. Oh, Quinton Strange just having a bit of push and shove here. Not too happy at all. And can you send me a thumbnail to Front Sevens versus Springbok Sevens to my live stream on my other YouTube channel as well? Says Brandon, I don't actually think I've got a France versus Springboks one, if I'm not wrong. From all the times that we have done our live streams, I don't think we've ever seen France play the Springboks for the Union side of it, so I haven't actually made one for that one yet. But 10 meters out now, and it is going to be the Magpies who will now have an important line-out throw. Now, they were able to score off the rolling ball a little bit earlier on. Tom Parsons breaking off the back, and he was able to get it. So now they will be trying to do the exact same here. They will have to wait and see. But Lincoln McClutchy, very good at finding touch, only a few meters out from the line. That is something that Moana Pacifica will be able to use to their advantage throughout Super Rugby Pacific, that is starting up on February 22nd as well. It's taken nicely there for Hawkes Bay. Although the ball is on the ground, it's a little knock on. And now it is going to be the scrum feed for Tasman. We have got their strikers gone Bebe as well. Says Sebastian, it is indeed. Luckily, we have finally been able to get it removed. I got the email this morning saying that it had been taken off the channel, which does mean now we are going to be live streaming on this channel for the rugby. Also, we will be live streaming on the second channel, the Kiwi Lad Sport, simultaneously for those international fixtures, due to the fact that we do want to be able to kind of keep the people who did subscribe to that one. We don't want them to think that we've all of a sudden disappeared or kind of off the face of the earth, but we will be in that situation of, I assume more than likely we might end up doing the cricket final on the Kiwi Lad Sport. So we have got there the Kieran, the Bob for the ball, the 10 and the Billy in the chat from Crazy NZ there, but now it's going to be Chapman who will be putting this ball in 15 metres out from their own line here, Tasman, and more than likely they just need a big push and then to put this ball into touch. And it's gone down on the front row, so we are going to have a scrum reset, but this is probably some much-needed resting time for these guys out on the field. They've been playing hard rugby for 32 minutes, just pretty much non-stop. So it is good to see that they are going to get just a little bit of a rest there in the front row. Come on the Bay is a sign that a man has got in the crowd. He will be open to see his team make it through to the final. If they do win this game, Hawkes Bay, they will be able to have the home final for the Premiership Final that has taken place 7:05 p.m. on Saturday next week. At this stage now, it is going to be once again Sam Martinga up against Pori Stones. That's going to be a good battle in the front row. It has been highly contested throughout the early stages of this game. Already 37 points scored throughout this one. Now Lloyd Chapman once again will have the scrum feed for the Marcos. That's going to be another reset from the referee. So now he is just warding the front rows a little bit here. Try and hold this space. They are looking like both sides want to put in a big push here, because if Tasman get themselves a penalty, they can work their way out of that 22 very nicely. If Hawkes Bay can win the penalty, though, I would assume more than likely they will kick it for the corner and go straight again. And also we have got there, wait, so you are doing the cricket as well, says Ali. It might be the cricket on Monday on the Kiwi Lad Sport channel, or it will be Fiji versus Wales and Georgia versus France. I haven't quite decided yet, but I will try and make the decision a little bit closer to the time. And also we have got there, hope everyone's well. By the way, that's not the result I was expecting around halftime, Hamish, as well. And the chat from Sebastian, yeah, it's certainly a lot higher scoring than I was expecting. And also I thought that it might have been the other way around. Tasman get the penalty there at scrum time. Yeah, I thought that Hawkes Bay, the way that they started their Ramfurly Shield Challenge up against Tasman, they were able to score 3 early tries. So I thought that maybe it would be that situation of possibly the same thing. But Tasman have come to play. They know that it is a playoff game, so they want to make sure that they can get themselves in a good position. We have us got there. Hope you're doing well, bro. As well, says Crazy NZ there with an arrow pointing up to Sebastian there. But Mitch Hunt now going to be kicking this one for the touchline. And Tasman, if they can score themselves one more try before the end of this first half, they would be in a very good position to be able to win this game, because at this stage, 13 points is not enough against Hawkes Bay. We've seen them score many, many tries in a hurry when they do need to, and they don't normally need to, though, because of the fact that they are normally leading, so the pressure might get to them just a little bit. Let's go as well. Says Obi Snake, welcome into the live stream, mate. We are back on the main channel. Finally, the strike was removed. We are ready to go for the international rugby. We've got a couple surprises up our sleeve for the later live streams, the international fixtures. That one's going to be thrown in by Andrew Makalao, taken nicely now. Chapman fires it back to Hunt. Nankerval first going through the gap now. Still going, Alex Nankerval. Great attacking run. Gets back up to his feet. Goes again. And now 40 metres out. And Tasman are straight away on the attack once again. I'm looking through Whaina Nuku there, trying to back himself. They have decided to lure in 3 men there, trying to stop him. Brendan O'Connor coming in through the side, and it is going to be another advantage against him. That's the third time he has been penalised in a breakdown so far, and it is not going his way in the early stages. Mitch Hunt now fires it back. Good hands there from Makalao. Sells the dummy, trying to go through the big man. He's already scored himself a try in this fixture so far. Alex Nankerval with the step on the inside. But Tasman at this stage, just phase after phase after phase, building their way towards the 22. It's going to be Andrew Makalao once again with another carry up to 9 phases now here for Tasman. Another advantage, I believe it is, although they're still playing advantage, sorry. Duanga fussy there, looking to the short side now. It is going to be Chapman off to Mitch Hunt. Quick hands from Shelfoon. That's dropped by Macca Springer, and now it is going to be the penalty. Now they could put themselves outside of 2 converted tries, but they may decide to go for the corner here, Tasman, because of the fact that the wind is playing a factor. It looks like at the moment Shelfoon just down a little bit with an injury. Hopefully I'm awake there as well. Says it was Crazy as said it. Also, we have got there go Tasman. Says to Shane and Mitch Hunt. He is going to be kicking it for the corner. How are you as well? Says Paddy Wagon there to Sebastian in the chat. But it is going to be interesting. I believe they're going for the line-out drive here because of the fact that it would be 40 metres out on the angle. So Mitch Hunt maybe doesn't quite have that distance when we are dealing with the wind that we have got ourselves for today. It's about 24 degrees Celsius and also 22 kilometres of wind, somewhere around there. It's a nice night or nice afternoon, I guess you could say, for a game of rugby. I'm not used to watching games of rugby in the afternoon because my afternoon is normally like 6 a.m. And it's not 6 a.m. It is actually still bright outside which is a big change, even though it is raining, so it's unfortunate in that regard. But now it is going to be Tasman just inside of the 22. Andrew Makaleo will be throwing this one, and he was able to score the try off the rolling ball last time. This one, probably more than likely, they will try and use their backs, but it's going to be taken nicely by Shalfoon. And now it is set once again now. Ball pass back to go backwards. Chapman now gives it off to Alex Nankerville. A little bit of a skip straight at McClutchy, and Brendan O'Connor dragged down now. Going back now into the hands of Andrew Makaleo. I'm looking around for Lester Whainanoku because I feel like he is a player to watch out for. It's actually going to be the penalty to Hawkes Bay there. And it was against the clean out. And it was in the end Sam Martin who just got a little bit wrong. We have us got there. Doing well, brother. Thank you as well in the chat from Sebastian. Yeah, with the amount of rugby that we have got on today, it's going to be a pretty hectic day of rugby. My voice will be disappearing completely more than likely, but should be some very good matches. I mean, looking through them, Scotland versus South Africa, that's going to be just a physical encounter that could actually have a few surprises involved in that one. Then we have got New Zealand versus Ireland. That's going to be physicality and a half as well. And then England versus Australia to close out the night. Marcus Smith at 10, Farrell at 12, up against Kurtley Beale at 15 for the Wallabies. He has transitioned there, and Will Skelton going to be coming off the bench alongside Tolulatu is another player for the Wallabies who has made his return. That one's going to be taken there, and it's a penalty there to Hawkes Bay once again. Just killing the ball, I believe it was. So now it does mean, oh, okay, everyone's pushing Quinton Strange now, which won't make him too happy at all. Cross the line is the call, and Tasman win as well, says Hex there for the prediction. And yeah, at this stage, it is going to be a very exciting later stage of this match. We've got 1 minute and a half left of this first half, but then the second half, if we get another 30 or so points, it will certainly be a high-scoring one. So they are saying that he ended up closing the gap a little bit too much there, Quinton Strange, when he did get thrown up in the line-out, but now 40 metres out, and it is Jacob Devery with the line-out throw now. Ash Dixon does love a rolling ball, but he is not playing for Hawkes Bay on this one, but he does definitely have that experience of giving the guys the information that they need to be able to succeed at rolling ball time. And now it is going to be Lolagi, or sorry, it was actually Norea Fama'i. And they carry there, McClutchy now with a bit of a juggle. Beautiful inside ball, and that one is Norea Fama'i. Marino, Makeli too. He's going all the way, and he scores a try there for Hawkes Bay. And now they are going to be back into the game as well just before halftime. And it was Marino, Makeli too, who was able to score it as well. We will add him to the try scorers list. We'll go like this. It was a Marino, Makeli too. There we go. Another try scored in this first half. It is going to be a very high-scoring one. We've had more points in this first half than a lot of games have in the whole match. And at this stage, 17 points to Hawkes Bay and 25 to Tasman. We have got try from Crazy and Zed as well. Norea for my eye. Beautiful draw and pass into the hands of Marino Makeli too. And he was able to score the try for himself as well. Lincoln McClutchy. Great inside ball to Norea for my eye. Those two are going to be able to link up for Moana Pacifica for Super Rugby. I keep on mentioning that side. Lolagi Vizinio, I believe, is signed for them as well. They are going to have some talent, and they are going to be able to compete as well. We have got there 17 points to Hawkes Bay. If this kick goes over, it makes the difference less than 7 going into halftime, and then from the second half, it will be anyone's game of rugby. But 3 tries for Tasman, 3 tries for Hawkes Bay. Lincoln McClutchy sitting 1 from 2 kicks so far in this day. 1 from 2 kicks, that doesn't quite... Wait, 1 from 2 kicks, but he's had 2 tries already, and also I think he attempted a penalty, did he, if I'm not wrong, a little bit earlier on, but that one is a good kick there from Lincoln McClutchy, just away to the right though, and it is going to remain at 17 points for Hawkes Bay, 25 for Tasman at halftime. Try to the Magpies as well, says Sebastian. High-scoring game on our hands here, 25 to 17, and that's only 40 minutes down. We have got another 40 left. The Ramphilly Shield is not on the line for this game due to the fact that it is a semi-final. If it was, I feel like the Magpies would be a little bit nervous as well. We have got there, is it true that if the Irish defeat the All Blacks, they will move up to the 3rd place position in the world rankings? I don't know how that calculator works as well, says Sebastian. I believe something along those lines. It's also the case of, I think Australia would drop to 4th if I'm not wrong. And then also, I know that the game between Fiji and Wales, with Wales sitting in 9th, Fiji sitting in 11th, those two would actually swap. So if the Scotland were able to get the win over the Springboks or something along those lines, the whole world rankings are going to get probably pretty muddled if that was to take place. Are you doing the Waikato game tonight as well, says Ollie? I am planning to, although I haven't actually made myself the thumbnail or anything for that one yet. So I'll probably end up kind of transitioning straight from this live stream to making the next one and getting ready to go for that game at 7:05 between Canterbury and Waikato. But at the moment, I can tell you right now, this game's a very high-scoring one between the two sides, and hopefully it does continue in the second half. I'm loving the amount of tries that we have been seeing. The amount of games that we've had recently that have been affected by rain has been very, very high, even at international level. So it is great to see a nice day of rugby, and it just keeps on going at the moment in terms of the points being scored between these two sides. But do let me know, ladies and gentlemen, who is going to be scoring the first try of the second half. And the exact player, I am going to say Leicester Whainanoku for Tasman, or I will say Nerea Whamai for Hawke's Bay. Those are my two predictions there. But at this stage, 25 points already in this game. I will mention, if you are new to the channel, be sure to hit that subscribe button. We are back on the main channel after a couple of weeks of having a copyright strike, but we did get it removed, and we are going to be ready to go for the international rugby a little bit later on today. And also, there is plenty of rugby on that will be taking place, not just at international level, but we've also got the game between Canterbury and Waikato that has taken place in only less than 2 hours' time. That's going to be a hard game to predict as well. I know that Waikato are the underdogs, but they are going to be at home for that one. And who do you reckon will win out of the Black Cats versus England as well, says Ollie Wilson? I assume that is the Black Cats versus Australia, as New Zealand did beat England in the semi-final. But I think it's going to come down to who wins the toss, to be honest. And can I ask you a question, please, as well, says Ollie Wilson? Is that the question, Ollie? Or is it a different question? Because if it is a different question, then I guess yes is the answer for that one. This stage, waiting for the second half to get back underway. It's going to be a high-scoring one, I assume, unless, of course, both teams reach a stalemate. The defensive lines have just been getting broken by the likes of a Lolagi Vizier, Whainanoku, Tava Nawai is another player to look out for. Nankerville in the midfield doing nicely for Tasman as well, and it is working for them because they have been able to get themselves an 8-point lead going into the second half. It looks like a decent day there. Like I mentioned, about 20-something degrees. We are at McLean Park at the moment. Leicester to score a try. Heard this phrase a lot this season in England and New Zealand as well, says Sebastian. Yeah, that's the thing. Leicester, geez, they've been on fire in the Gallagher Premiership. I believe that they still not lost a game, if I'm not wrong, or maybe they've lost one at the stage. Not too sure. And we have got Hamish Spencer in the chat. As said, hey, as well. Welcome into the live stream, mate. It's great to see you for this one. Do let me know who you think is going to be winning this game. We are at halftime, and it is a very high-scoring one. Already a total of 42 points on the board between these two sides. Jonah Lowe able to score the first try of the match for Hawke's Bay, alongside Parsons, who did score it off a rolling ball, and then Marino Makaele too, right at the end of that first half. The Tasman try scorers, they have been able to get a few as well. Andrew Makaleo off a rolling ball. Newstub able to break the line, and Tava Nawai able to use that power and the pace to get himself over the line. And also we have got there, do we have any cocky fans here today as well? Says Average. Not at this stage, I don't think. They are 8 from 8 spooky as well. That's the thing. They aren't just building momentum in the Gallagher Premiership. They are building their way towards maybe having a very good Champions Cup as well, because of the fact that they did win the Challenge Cup, or they got very close to winning the Challenge Cup, last year. And I believe they are in the Champions Cup for this year. So it is going to be pretty awesome to see how they do go. But yeah, we will have to wait and see who is able to get that win. I know that Saracens are in the Challenge Cup, which does mean that it is going to be just pretty easy for them to be able to possibly make it through to at least that semi-final. And then it just depends on who they face from there. But that was a great inside ball from Lincoln McClutchy. Now, Ria Whamai on the outside to Marino Makaele too. And that was how the third try of the match came for Hawke's Bay. 6 tries in the first half, like they are mentioning. Normally, that's how many tries you would see in like a game and a half. But time in the opposition, 22, extremely even, just over 2 minutes for both sides. 66% possession for Tasman in that first half. 6 penalties against them compared to the 5 against the Magpies. But 14 missed tackles is a huge kind of stat for the Magpies. They don't normally miss too many. 5 missed tackles for the Marcos. And that has been the big difference in this game. Those line breaks for Tasman have been leading to points because of the fact that when you've got the likes of a Tava Nawai, he will just run through. But then the first try of the match as well ended up in the situation of going into touch as well. We have got the hey, what about the Quins as well? See, Sebastian, the thing is, though, I actually have the Harlequins through to the final. I'm not sure who they're going to be playing, but I feel like they are actually going to be able to use that momentum that they found from last year. But they might end up against someone like a Toulouse or something like that. But hopefully they don't lose that game. You see what I did there? No, sorry. But yeah, it is going to be interesting. I think the Harlequins are actually going to go quite far. Like statistically, it seems like Leicester should do well. But I think the Harlequins, from the comebacks that they have had in the last kind of couple of seasons, definitely when they play Bristol, I feel like it could be decent as well. Naki will go unbeaten, like I said, at the start of the comp as well, says Obi Snake. And I feel bad for them due to the fact that even if they go unbeaten, they don't get promoted due to the fact that they got rid of the promotion and relegation. They are just saying November 26th is when we are going to get to see the Dubai Sevens, and we are going to be covering that on the channel as well. And that is going to be not this weekend, the weekend after, not that weekend, the weekend after, sorry. So that means that all of the international rugby would have been finished by then as well. How's everyone as well? Says Ed, we are doing very well, mate. We're back on the main channel. The strike has been removed, which means that we are very happy at the moment because we are going to be able to cover some more rugby on the main channel, as well as the second channel for the Kiwi Lad Sport. We have got there hi from Noah Smith as well. Welcome into the live stream, man. And also we have got there, what do you plan to stream this weekend, says Ed. So at this stage for the weekend, we have got the next game. It's going to be Canterbury versus Waikato for the Bunnings NPC. That is a 7:05 p.m. kickoff. Then the next game we are doing is at 2 a.m., but we will be starting at about 1:30, and that will be the Springboks taking on Scotland. Then after that, Ireland versus New Zealand at 4:15, and then England versus Australia at 6:30. Then we have got the options on Monday morning, I guess it would be, and that is either the Cricket World Cup final between the Black Caps and Australia. That would be on the Kiwi Lad Sport channel, though, if we were to do that one, so that we do avoid a strike on this one once again. And then we have also got the games between Wales and Fiji, and also Georgia and France, and we did choose to cover those. Instead, we have got there also there. Definitely keeping an eye on the French teams as well in the Champions Cup. Yeah, Toulouse. Also, Bordeaux have been doing pretty well in the top 14 recently. And then La Rochelle, the passion that they showed last year to be able to get their furthest through the competition that they ever have, feel like they are a decent shout as well. And all these sides will have international players back. So we're talking Will Skelton will be back at La Rochelle. They have also got the Kiwi connection with Kerr Barlow and Ihia West as their 19 combo. Bryce Dillon, or Dulan, sorry, I believe that's how you pronounce it. He is going to be back for them as well, although they will not have Lavani Bortia due to his injury. Does mean that he is going to be missing from that side as well. But it's going to be very exciting seeing the Champions Cup. And last year, I didn't really know too many of the players. This year, from all of the learning that I have done about the rugby around the world, I feel like I'm going to know a lot more of them, which does make it very exciting to be able to commentate for those games. And we are going to be covering as many of those games as physically possible, I should say. I know that a lot of them overlap, but we're going to be doing quite a few of them, that is for sure. But at this stage now, we must be getting very close to the second half, getting back underway for this fixture. Tasman sitting on 25, Hawkes Bay sitting on 17. Leicester Whananuku is my prediction to score the first try of the second half, if it is Tasman's try, or for the Hawkes Bay side, I feel like it could be possibly, I'm going to say it could be in that situation of, I'll give it Nuria for my eye as the try scorer there. We always get their thoughts on Eddie's comment from a few days ago. I assume that is about the tennis player, Ed. If I'm not wrong, we actually did talk about it on the Rugby Down Under podcast a little bit more, getting more in depth. But it is just one of those ones that the man isn't very popular at the moment, and he probably made himself less popular from saying what he did as well. But yeah, it is going to be interesting to see how England go up against Australia. They have actually got Manu Tuolangi starting out on the wing for the first time in a very long time. And also, they will have the midfield combo of having Farrell at the number 12 jersey, which is something that a lot of people weren't really expecting either, due to the fact that they have got Marcus Smith as an option. So, hey, howdy, hey, y'all, how you doing as well, says Katie Dixon. We are doing very well. We're back on the main channel for this Bunnings NPC live stream. We are going to be doing the Bunnings NPC game between Canterbury and also Waikato as well. And then after that, we are going to be doing our international rugby on this channel and also on the main, or on the Kiwi Lad Sport channel, as kind of a co-live stream, so that everyone who did subscribe to that channel can still see us do the commentary for it as well. But it's going to be very exciting to see all of the matches. Sorry, I'm late as well, says Katie Dixon. No worries. I believe it is currently the middle of the night there for you, so it is no worries. And who do you got for this week's matches as well, says Ed? So I believe it is going to be, oh, that's a tough one. I'm going to say that South Africa will win. I'll say that, I've said either New Zealand by a few or Ireland by a few. So that's a tough one, but I'm going to say New Zealand, and then I will go that it will be England who do win up against Australia. I feel like those are the three that I will predict, but I'll probably be wrong in at least one of them. We have got there in the chat, Alani, welcome in, or Alani, hopefully I pronounced that correctly. Welcome into the live stream. Also, hello, how are you? As well, says Betty Wang, and also evening, Katie, hope you're well. Yeah, from Sebastian, that one's going to be kicked high by Chapman. Good clearing kick. And now 14 meters out, and we have got there. Are you a communist All Blacks fan as well, says Hamish Spencer as well? Is that me? Because I'm actually pretty impartial when it comes to the All Blacks and also anyone that they do play in international rugby, believe it or not, which I think is something that people don't really believe, due to the fact that I do end up calling games down the middle, even if the All Blacks are playing in them. I was watching June with my mother, doing well. All thank yous as well. Says Katie Dixon there. Now at this stage, it is going to be once again Hawkes Bay who have got the opportunity. It is going to be passed back into the hands of Enery. Now McClutchy with the offload. Big knock on there from Lolagi Vizier. This stage, it is going to be still the knock-on advantage, though. It is Sam Matinga trying to break the line. He is going to be dragged down and straight on the ball. Joe Abakatoa still available, though, for the Makos. Looking to the short side to the right. It is going to be Mitch Hunt now. Nankerval goes on the inside to Segner. Breaking the line. Oh, he's been dragged down awkwardly for him. And he is signed for the Blues this season in Super Rugby, which is going to be pretty awesome. I'm making fun of the guy from yesterday as well. Says Hamish there, and it looks like Chapman is going to be using this one. They haven't got the advantage anymore due to the go forward that they have been able to create, and it is going to be high from Chapman. Tavatava Nawai trying to line it up as well. Not quite able to take it. He did give the man a push, though, and that's going to be taken nicely by Lolagi Vizier. Offloads back to Pori Rickety. Stones dragged down, and Tavatava Nawai straight on the ball wins the penalty for his side as well. He's done very well. He looks like he's down at the moment. Tavatava Nawai, his legs aren't working anymore, but he is still going to be getting back to his feet and just continuing to go about his business. I believe he is also signed for Moana Pacifica, if I'm not wrong. So it is one of those ones that they are just going to keep on signing those good players, and it's going to be pretty awesome to see who they have got by the end of it. But Mitch Hunt now kicking this one for the touchline. At this stage, leading at halftime this season, 80% of their games they have been able to win this season with the leading at halftime, and then also 100% of times that they have played Hawkes Bay leading at halftime, they have won the game. So that is a massive stat for them in that regard. But Mitch Hunt there kicking it for the touchline, and now Andrew Makaleo, important line out throw for him. They were able to get the rolling ball going in the first half where he did score his first try. And now 10 meters out. It's going straight and almost stolen. It's taken nicely by Chirika Davita, though. Little bit of a knock on there by Whainanoku, and it is going to be now going into the situation of the scrum as well. And also we've got there, I had a few run-ins with Shark Boy in the past. Can't even focus on the game when he's around as well, says Sebastian. Yeah, it's certainly full on in the chat, that is for sure. But yeah, I guess because of the fact that we switched back to this one, currently in South Africa, it will be very early on in the morning. I believe they would only be sitting at about 6:30 a.m. So that might be why we haven't got too many South Africans. And I assume we will have a few for the Scotland versus South Africa match. So hopefully everyone is well behaved for that one. But now at this stage, 43 minutes in, and it is going to be scrum feed for Tasman. That's a lie. It's going to be the scrum feed for Hawkes Bay. At this stage, it is the Makos versus the Magpies in this one. It is important that both of the sides are going to be able to get themselves a win, because going through to the final of the Premiership, that is exactly what both sides will be wanting. Devon Flanders there with a good carry, and Hawkes Bay would be disappointed if they did get knocked out of the semi-final. Segner now just caused it a little bit of trouble there for Hawkes Bay. Bounce pass into the hands of it was well taken by Danny Tuala, and that one is going downfield, and it's a brilliant kick as well from Danny Tuala. Stop Yordi as well, says Ali. I know I've stayed up too late last night, I think, because of the fact that I did end up doing a little bit of editing, and also when I did wake up, I was doing a little bit more of the lineups as well. We have got there Shark Boy and Lava Girl in the chat from Moby, and also Bot fans do my head, and honestly, they won a World Cup, and I shut up as well, says Amish Spencer. I guess it is going to be the one that 2023, they will either be able to say that they are back-to-back defending champs, or that's a penalty to Hawkes Bay once again. Very nicely done for the not releasing. And you just know he'll be here for the box game, being as impartial as Ginger's stepson as well, says Sebastian there. But yeah, they are going to be kicking it for the touchline. But yeah, I said yesterday about if Scotland do win that game, will be very interesting to see the reactions for that one. But penalties at this stage, 3 of the last 5 have gone against Tasman for this match. But Lincoln McClutchy, that wasn't a yawn, I swear. Now it is going to be Jacob Devery who will be putting this one in for Hawkes Bay once again. And they have got a very strong line out if they can get it working for them. That one didn't look too straight, and because of it now, it does mean that it is going to be the scrum feet here for Tasman getting back up to his feet there. Shalfoon Devery's looking like he's been through the wars. He has got a little bit of strapping under the eye, strapping on the ear as well. They're having a tough half, that is for sure. Definitely with the amount of points that we have seen so far, but the line-outs, not straight. That is the first line-out that they have got wrong there, Tasman. Or sorry, Hawkes Bay. Both sides having a line-out stolen, though, in the earlier stages, but 10 other line-outs have been won by Hawkes Bay. At this stage, Louis Chapman, he's been doing very well in the number 9 jersey. So it is going to be interesting to see what kind of impact off the bench they will be able to have in this one. Now, like they are saying, they have got Alex Nankerval. They've also got, I believe, Jacob Norris Oh, okay, this is an interesting choice. They've actually got Whainā Nuku on the side of the scrum. So they have decided to put Jacob Norris in the back line, which might be where they decide to go. It is a big push there. It's a penalty to Hawkes Bay, so that is backfired, though, for Tasman, and now Hawkes Bay will be kicking this one for the corner once again. He blocked me, so I won't be fortunate to give it to him if the Box lose as well. Says Irish there, but Porirakiti Stone's working extremely hard in that breakdown in front row, angling in. It was that battle between him and also, I believe it was Sam Martinga, did end up giving away the penalty, but now Lincoln McClutchy kicking it for the touchline once again here, and that is a good kick. And now 10 metres out, Hawkes Bay will have another attacking opportunity, but there was a big push from Hawkes Bay, and they were able to stop the momentum that Tasman did get straight away, and that is important in the later stages of this game. We have still got 34 minutes. Devery now will be taking this line out throw. There was another yawn. I feel like I should just yawn rather than trying to not yawn, because it makes me look like my face is like having a fight with myself. But now this stage, Devery is going to be throwing this one, and more than likely will go to either Devon Flanders at the front. Yes, they have indeed. And now at this stage, it's taken nicely, and they are going for the rolling maul here. Once again, the Magpies, something that they have been known for. Devery breaks off the back tackle by Jacob Norris, straight back to his feet there. And does he win the penalty? No, not quite. Goes back in for it again. It still hasn't been able to get it. Enery now passes it back across here. Beautiful inside ball, Devon Flanders. Going to be dragged down only a couple metres short of the line. Jonah Lowe going to be playing halfback by the looks like. No, gives it off to Upper Katoa. Parsons driving forward. Looking for the offload, not quite able to find a good tackle there from Tawatawa Enery. Now fires it back with a bounce pass into the hands of Devery. Beautiful offload there. Tani Tawala drops it, and Mitch was going to be going, but they are going back for the penalty. As I'm hoping we beat Aussie, as I can give it to as well. Says Owie Snake there. I assume that is for the for the cricket that is coming up, due to the fact that it is going to be Blackgates versus Australia. Should be a very exciting game, and I feel like whoever wins that toss will have a very, very good chance of being able to win that game. And also we have got the better block me now, Hamish, as well, in the chat from Obi. Now this stage, Lincoln McClutchy once again kicking it for the touchline, and it will be a good opportunity for Hawkes Bay to be able to get something going. Now Tasman were almost gone there if they got that opportunity. They had just shown, I believe it was Tusitala was on the sideline, might be coming on the field a little bit later on for Hawkes Bay. Better make sure that I did get the right name. It was Tusitala. I've done well there. But now this stage taken nicely by Hawkes Bay once again. It was Parsons at the back for Devery. He is going to have to be very strategic with when he decides to go breaking off the back. He hasn't decided to quite yet. Now he does. Devery drops the head. Anton Signal with some good defense, so straight on the ball as well. And is it the penalty? No, it wasn't. Very, very close play on the halfback. Almost, it's going to be stolen by Tasman a few meters out from their line, though. They have been able to take it back. Why so much yawning as well? I think I stayed up too late last night, perhaps, and it is certainly catching up on me already. This is the first match of the day as well, and now at this stage, 15 meters out, it is going to be the opportunity for Hawkes Bay to once again get themselves in that rolling maul position. And in the end, it was just very well done by Jacob Norris to be able to pounce on that ball straight away and try and get it back for Tasman. But Hawkes Bay are not completely out of attacking position yet. They are still only the 15 out, and this is once again possibly the opportunity to go out wide. And I assume maybe you go into the hands of Jonah Lowe if they can get it going. It is going to be once again breaking off the back now. Brennan O'Connor going to be backing himself, dragged down by Tarika Davita though. And now around the side straight away, it is going to be Daddy Tawala getting closer to the line. 5 meters out, Jonah Lowe now offloading it back. It's big contact there for the Magpies. Enery fires it back now. Devon Flanders bumping off one tackle, dragged down by Whainā Nuku. Enery now passes it back across field. Cridge reaches out and Cridge scores it for Hawkes Bay, and that is going to be another try. And at this stage, they are getting closer and closer to being able to win this game. We will go like this. And we will go like this as well. Jeff Cridge, the man who was able to score it there. 50 minutes into this game. And there seems like there may still be about 2 or 3 more tries. I didn't predict him as the first try scorer of the match, that is for sure, or the second half, I should say, but it was just a good run in the end, and they just kept on driving forward here, Hawkes Bay. Jeff Cridge also lost his pants, which seems to be a common occurrence for the Locks for Hawkes Bay throughout this one, and we also got there in the chat game on as well, says Paddy Wagon. Yeah, at this stage, it seems like could be going down to the wire. We know that the Magpies, they aren't going to be giving up in this fixture. They are going to be keeping on going till the final moment. It will be for a spot to either face Canterbury or Waikato in the final. That game is going to be taking place straight after this one. Another yawn. I feel like it's the light as well. I have got another light set up, which is probably my downfall for this live stream. But now we have got Lincoln McClutchy now taking on this kick. 51 minutes into this game, and McClutchy strikes it well. It's gone straight through the middle, and now it is a 1-point contest between these two sides. 22 at this stage for Hawkes Bay, but that will be just about to update to 24 to the 25 of Tasman, and now it is going to be kicked off by Tasman once again, so they are under a bit of pressure here. They will want to make sure that they don't let Hawkes Bay score the next try. Semi-final golden point as well, says Sebastian. Imagine that, going right down to the wire. It's going to be Luca Inch making his way out onto the field. That is for Isi Tuangafasi, and then also Andrew Makaleo is going to be on his way by the looks of it, and that is going to be replacing him. I'll just get the name quickly to make sure that I do say the right man. But it is going to be Quinton McDonald making his way out there for Tasman now as well. So at this stage, Mitch Hunt kicking off. Still 28 minutes left in this game now between the two sides. It's going to be kicked high and taken beautifully. Oh, Tava Nawai not quite able to get it clean though. And now it is going to be the line out or the scrum here for Hawkes Bay. I believe they are going with the line out. Tava Nawai is very dangerous. No, they've actually decided that they want the scrum here, which is probably the better choice for Hawkes Bay due to the fact that they have been dominating in the scrum time as well. Chirika Davita, his night is finished, or his afternoon is finished, and instead it is going to be now Hugh Renton making his way out onto the field. So yeah, it is going to be very exciting to see what that man can do in the number 20 jersey. He's going to be off the back of the scrum as well. These yawns are starting to annoy me, I'll be honest. They're just coming out of nowhere every single time. At this stage now, it is going to be off the back. Marino Makele Tu'u is going to be in the number 6 jersey with number 8 for this game. I can't actually remember who they've got. They've actually got, Devon Flanders. How did I forget him? He is going to be the one to watch out for, but now it is going to be going back once again. Ennery gives it to Lincoln McClutchy. Now cross kick available now, and Jonah Lowe takes it nicely. Cut him way back on the inside there rather than back at his base down the wing. He decided to try and take them on, and now it is going to be back in the hands of Tasman though. And they have got this ball about 25 metres out. It is going to be Chapman passes back now to Whainaluku. Little grubber in behind there, and it is going to be pulling up just short of line. No, it's not. Lalagi Vizinia puts it down. So we have got there have a coffee as well. Says Ali also, Hamish is going to need a sleep after this one as well. Says Katie there in the chat. Yeah, although we have got the match between Waikato and Canterbury that I was planning on covering, but maybe, I don't know, am I better off trying to possibly gain some sleep while that one is taking place? I will have to wait and see how it does go. But at the moment, it is going to be Lalagi Vizinia. We'll be kicking this one for the goal line dropout. Very big kick, and that one looks like it is going to be going right down to 35 metres out. That was a flat pass from Mitch Hunt. The crowd are saying maybe it was a bit forward. Oh, it's going to be big contact there for Macca Springer. This stage now, it is going to be Louis Chapman firing the ball back now into the hands of Makaleo. Good carry forward once again. Ireland had a close COVID call as well, says Shane. I didn't actually realise that they did have anything along those lines. Was it someone, I guess, in the coaching or something like that? Shane, do let me know. At this stage now, it is going to be passed back. Mitch Hunt now. First receiver was Hugh Renton. Now beautiful offload for Nanuku. Have been able to shut him down pretty well throughout this whole fixture. Pori Rakiti Stone's not quite able to get the ball. Mitch Hunt now kicking behind once again, looking for the touchline. Lincoln McClutchy, bit of time here. And he is going to be passing it back across field to Lalagi Vizinia, who does put it off the side of the boot. And it has gone into touch. Good pressure there from the Marcos once again. But they are now trying to trap Hawkes Bay inside of their own half. And they will be hoping to get one more try very soon. Due to the fact we are 54 minutes through this game. This game could still go either way due to the fact that there is only 1 point difference between these two sides. It is now going to be a line out, and it will be an important one. Actually, they did leave Andrew Makaleo out there by the looks of it, but there is an injury at the moment for Quinton Strange. I believe it is, but Brendan O'Connor going to be going off the field there, and that is going to be Josh Kiefer making his way out there. By the way, I just fumbled my phone. Don't know if I accidentally hit any report buttons on the way down Surrey Hill as well. Says Katie Dixon there. But yeah, Josh Kiefer, very dangerous player to have coming off the bench. Very good when it comes to making meters. Jonah Lowe, he's looking like he's a little bit tired at the moment, but the work is not done yet. They are going to need one more try, at least Hawkes Bay, to be able to win this one by the looks of it. Yeah, 54 minutes into this game. 25 points for Tasman, 24 for Bay of Plenty, and 25 minutes left in the semi-final. Whoever wins this one is going to be taken on either Waikato or Canterbury in the Bunnings NPC Premiership Final. We will have to wait and see exactly who it is going to be, but at this stage now, it is going to be the scrum feed, or sorry, the line out for Tasman. And also, by the way, congrats on the stream being restored as well with the Ric Flair noises in the chat from the woo from Katie Dixon. Thank you very much. I am very happy to see that I did receive that email this morning due to the fact that it does mean we can once again cover international rugby on the channel. I would have thought if I knew that we were going to get the strike, of course, I probably wouldn't have done any of the cricket, but it is that situation of at least it did mean that we did get to do a few more live streams on the Kiwi Lad Sport and kind of, I guess, continue doing them, even though we did have a strike 10 out of 10 out of 10 out of 10 out of 10 from Sebastian there as well. At this stage, 25 minutes left in this one, and it is going to be the line out important one. Oh, no, it is actually Quinton McDonald, and straight away that line out has been stolen there by Hawkes Bay, so they've done extremely well. The ball's popped out the side, but it's a little knock on there. And now it is going to be Atul Molly also out on the field for Sam Martin, and also World Cup Final live as well, says Shane. If we do end up live streaming for that one, it would be on the Kiwi Lads Sport channel, though, due to the fact that we can't really afford to get copyright striked once again on this one as well. And also we have got there, by the way, you made a mistake, put the try scores up because they only 3 for the Bay, but they have got 4 as well, says Paddy Wagon. Did I give someone an extra? Oh, there we go. I know why that is. That is because I put Jeff Cridge for the Tasman side as a try scorer. So we'll just quickly take him out and I will put him. Here we go. That is better. He's in the right place now, Jeff Cridge. That is going to be now another scrum reset. We'll go like that, and there we go. We have got them in the right place. And also, what time is Wallabies versus England Australia time? That will be 4:30 a.m. Hamish, depending on what part of Australia you are from, but it is 6:30 a.m. New Zealand time. So yeah, it does depend on whereabouts in Australia you are. And also, we have got there. That was not Ric Flair. Try again. I tried to do it slightly quieter, just because of the fact that it's probably going to blast your eardrums if it was to do it as well. Yeah, it's got the emojis are back as well, says Katie Dixon, and they are indeed. And it is awesome to see the emojis due to the fact that they have been missing for a little while now. But yeah, they are back now, and it is great to see them. I have just had the Kieran one up in the corner for a lot of the past live streams, but now you guys will be able to put your own Kierans in the chat as well and stuff. That says Harris. Yeah, it's going to be a late night one. That is for sure. But now it is going to be going up once again from Tasman with the high boot taken. Almost, yes, he does take a nicely. Lincoln McClutchy had to work hard. He now goes to the short side. Lolagi Vizier charge down. And that is going to be now going into touch. And it will be the scrum, or sorry, the line out for Hawkes Bay. We have also got the Kierans in the chat from Sebastian. And also we have got the Kierans from Katie. And also Go Magpies from Cameron, and not getting up that early to watch them lose as well. Here's Hamish. And yeah, that's a good thing. The highlights will be on YouTube in the morning when you do wake up. So you will be able to watch them and see how they did go. Who knows? Maybe the Aussies will be able to put in a very good shift. They have got Kurtley Beale at 15. Also, they have got still James O'Connor at number 10, which I feel like that combo could be something they can use to their advantage. But we will have to wait and see, of course. Definitely with the side that England have selected with Marcus Smith. And also Owen Farrell, not a straight throw there. And now it is going to be on the side of Tasman. Quinton McDonald, little bit loose there. And now it's going to be Hawkes Bay. Big mistake there. Oh, it's going to be the knock on, though. And now Chapman has jumped on it. Oh, throwing it back into the hands of McClutchy. And now it is going to be going back for the scrum. But tell you what, that was mistake after mistake for Tasman. No one wanted to hang on to the ball. Instead, they kept on knocking it back. So because of that, it did mean that it kept on getting the opportunity for the intercept for the Magpies. And also we have got there not watching them either, unless they win as well. Says Hamish there, but that one was a good little bit of play there from Hawkes Bay to be able to pounce on that attacking opportunity. Then Danny Tawala tried to pass it to Lincoln McClutchy, who didn't quite get it, and he did knock it on. And then from there, he was ready for the little grubber in behind as well, which would have ended up going deep by the looks of it. But it is going to be the scrum feed now for Tasman. So they are in a good position at the moment. 58 minutes into this game at the moment. There are still 22 minutes to go, though. And the big question is, when do these sides start unleashing their benches? We've seen already the whole front row for Tasman has been changed almost. And it is actually not Salmon. It is Atumoli, who was coming off the bench. They have already released Hugh Renton as well. So the big question is, when do they decide to change a few of the other men? And who do they take off as well is the bigger question there. We have seen for Hawkes Bay, they haven't really made too many changes other than, I believe, Josh Kiefer might be the only change that they have made here so far, which does mean that maybe they will be a little bit fresher in the later stages of this game. It could get them in a good position. And also we have got their Hamish. We watch cricket on Monday as well, says Ovi Snake. If I do end up watching it, I will be doing my watch along live stream on the Kiwi Lad Sport channel. If not, we will be I will watch it at the same time as the rugby between France and Georgia, and also Wales and Fiji I'll kind of be watching it at the same time as well. And so many absences in the Wallaby squad, it would be a miracle if they can pull it off at Twickers as well. Yeah, it will be very tough for them, that is for sure. Definitely with the side that England have selected. Like, they've got Sam Simmons and Alex Donbrandt both off the bench, which are two very, very capable players. And they aren't even starting at 8. They have got Tom Curry at 8 with Manu Tuolangi out on the wing. Max Malin's off the bench, who is in just some incredible form, scoring 2 hat-tricks in a row in the Gallagher Premiership for Saracens. If you can do that again off the bench, that would be extremely impressive for England. And they will be trying to build momentum for their game next week up against the Springboks as well, because I feel like that's going to be a huge game for them because of the fact that it's the World Cup rematch. Also, Wales will be taking on the Wallabies, and then it will be New Zealand taking on next week France. It's also a big game and a little bit of a World Cup prelim for 2023. But now at this stage, Chapman once again going to be feeding the ball in, and that's going to be a free kick for pushing a little bit too early. And now they are going to be deciding what they want to do. Do they kick it just as far downfield as they can? Or do they take the tap? Okay, they're going for the scrum again here. So we will have to wait and see whether or not they can get it right. And Nick White starting again instead of McDermott doesn't make sense as well. Said Sebastian, yeah, that seems to be, they keep on going with Nick White, even though McDermott, he's really not had that much game time. But anytime he does make meters around the side of the breakdown, which is something Nick White normally does pretty well as well. But yeah, McDermott, I feel like I would have possibly, if they don't give him like about 30 minutes, I feel like I'll be slightly disappointed with the amount of time that he does get. Let's see how feral they get as well, says Katie Dixon. I feel like there will be a little bit of push and shove in that one. That was gone down in the front row, and this time they've won the penalty there for Tasman, so that is the ideal situation for them. The front row going down, going early was the call against Bori Rakety-Steins, Nigel Thornberry as well, says Katie Dixon. At now this stage, Mitch Hunt will be kicking this one for the touchline once again for Tasman. So they, at this stage, still have the 1-point lead. One more try from here. I still don't think it would secure them the win due to the fact that Hawkes Bay, they really haven't used too many of their subs yet. So if they do end up using them, they will have that little bit more freshness for the later stages. You can see the Hawkes Bay Magpie supporters in the crowd aren't looking hugely happy, but now at this stage, looks like there is going to be a sub made of some sort. Levi Amua making his way on the field, and that is going to be, I believe, Macca Springer going off the field. And also Whainā Nuku is going to be moving out onto the wing by the looks of that transition there. So now at this stage, Whainā Nuku out on the wing could be quite dangerous, to be honest, rather than in the midfield. But Levi Amua out there, he is dangerous in the midfield as well. If is the final played in Taranaki, says Obi Snake. It will be indeed, I believe, due to the fact that they did end up winning their game. So they will have home field advantage, which will be pretty awesome to see. Now it is going to be an attacking run once again here from Tasman. They have got the ball. Chapman passes it back now. Nice little offload from Quinton McDonald back to the man. And now Mitch Hunt trying to pierce the line, still trying to get in those breakdowns straight away are the Magpies, but they will need this ball back relatively soon. It is going to be Salmon carrying the ball forward. Chapman now passing it back into the hands of Nankerville, now trying to drive his way forward once again there. Quinton Strange. Chapman now on the outside. He has got Whainā Nuku with him trying to chase through, and that one is going into touch, and it will be the line out once again. At the moment, it is a stalemate between these two sides. Someone will be able to get the final try of this match, perhaps. Levi Amua, he could definitely be the man who does it. He's a unit in the midfield. Watching this game as a neutral, supporting Hawkes Bay from the north and Tasman from the south as well, says Sebastian there. Yeah, at this stage, either of these sides who win this game definitely have the chance of winning the premiership. And they have got just a one game left. That's a massive throw over the back, and it's taken nicely by Danny Tawala just outside of his 22. If Mid-Canterbury, South Canterbury, and Canterbury win their games, it's happened before of all three winning their representative or represent respective. Don't know what was wrong with my brain there. Didn't want to go respective, but respective trophies as well. Danny Tawala once again with a good carry. Or Whainā Nuku turning it over in the breakdown for a side. And now it's going to be Chapman fires it back in the pocket. It was going to be in the hands of New Stub, driven down by Naria Whamai with an aggressive tackle there. But I will quickly see whether or not those games have taken place yet. I believe that some of them might be almost underway, are they? Oh, no, sorry, they're tomorrow, aren't they? If I'm not wrong, for the Heartland Championship. They have got 3 games that are taking place. South Canterbury versus Thames Valley, also Mid-Canterbury versus Poverty Bay, and Wanganui versus, it will be North Otago. That one's a little knock on from Tasman once again, and now it's going to be the scrum feed for Hawkes Bay. It's going to be interesting to see who can close out this game. Still 18 minutes left. Tava Noa, he's had a pretty good game. Very good under the high ball as well when it is the high kickoff from Mitch Hunt, but they will be hoping that they don't have to kick off too many more times in this fixture, because if they do, that probably means that Hawke's Bay have been able to score, but they are saying it was a knock-on against Tawanawai. And now at this stage, the scrum feed once again for Hawke's Bay. Now they are starting to make a few more changes. It looks like they are going to be bringing on Namatai Wa'a in the number 17 jersey, replacing Joe Apakatoa, and also Danny Tawala making his way off the field. And I believe they are going to go, yes, Ollie Satswood. Now, he actually scored himself a hat-trick, I believe, if I'm not wrong, in one of the matches very recently. And also he is possibly, I was going to say, he's possibly getting selected maybe for the Wallabies soon, if I'm not wrong. Yeah, that's going to be interesting to see how it does go. I'm trying to work out. I remember he signed for someone for Super Rugby recently. Was it the Brumbies or someone along those lines? But I think he did sign for an Australian side for the Super Rugby competition coming up. 62 minutes into this game at the moment, and it is going to once again be the scrum feed for Hawke's Bay. Going to be important that they do get this one right. It's a big push, though, from Tasman, but still on the side of the Magpies. Now Lincoln McClutchy kicking it in behind, looking for a bit of territory. It's a good kick as well. And it's going to be just inside of the in goal, is it? Yes, it is. So now he has got the option of kicking this one back downfield. Andrew Newstub, decent kick downfield, getting a few meters, but now 25 meters out. It is going to be the opportunity for Tasman to once again have to defend, unfortunately, for them, because Hawke's Bay will be right on the attack and trying to go for that rolling maul with the changes that they have made as well. With Namatai Wa'a, possibly the rolling maul. Definitely Josh Kiefer, maybe off the back of the rolling maul, might be a good option here, going to the front to Devon Flanders. Or no, sorry, they actually went to Marino Makaele too. Now Josh Kiefer running off the back. It's going to be sitting up for Levi Amua, though. And he is going on the outside. Big bounce pass into the hands of Andrew Newstub with the step as well. And they are up to the halfway line now, Tasman. And it is the penalty one by Lolagi Vizier. And he is certainly fired up at the moment for the for Magpies. And also the Premiership Cup began last night with Gloucester wiping rugby off Bart's cards as well, said Sebastian. So I haven't actually worked out. So the Premiership Cup, is it the Gallagher Premiership sides, Sebastian, kind of thing, but just counted as a different competition type thing? Because I did see that it is taking place, and I don't think they're showing any of the games here in New Zealand. And also we have got there, how many $1 million players are there in Super Rugby as well? So I don't think there's a huge amount overall. Oh, Lincoln McClutchy here is going to be possibly passing the tee over to someone else to have a kick from 50-something meters out. Going to be interesting. Wait for the wind to blow is something I just heard in the background. But Lincoln McClutchy here, he is going to be having an opportunity from 55 meters out here for Lincoln McClutchy. If he nails this kick, Hawke's Bay will take the lead. If he misses it, it means that they will still be the 1 point behind in the later stages as well. But Lincoln McClutchy, he's pretty solid off the tee. 57 meters out. Has kicked 2 from 4 today. And they have been a lot closer to those ones that he did miss. So now, big opportunity here for the new Moana Pacifica fly half, alongside Christian Leliafano as well. We have got there. Hi, are you doing All Blacks versus Ireland on this page or Kiwi Lad Sport? We will be doing it actually on both for this first week, due to the fact that we have only just got our main channel back. But we will be either on this one or on the Kiwi Lad Sport, kind of like you can choose which one you would want to watch. But yeah, it is going to be on both. Well, that one, Lincoln McClutchy lines it up, strikes it well, strikes it flat, strikes it beautifully, and that's gone over from Lincoln McClutchy, and they take the lead now. The Magpies, what a kick from Lincoln McClutchy there. And also we have got there, can you do a gaming stream as well, says Brandon. Unfortunately, due to the fact that I did only just recently get my Xbox, I've got to re-download all of my games and everything like that. Yeah, it's used for development. I used a development competition to try out newcomers and the bench for the Saracens Quins game. Today, I think only Tizard is on the field from the starting lineup. Okay, so it's kind of like, I guess you could say, other than the fact that it's not the under 20, but it is going to be in that situation of, I guess, the slightly like, I guess, developmental side. I just realized I repeated the word that you said as well. How are you going to do that? As well, says Hamish, pretty much on my live streaming software, it does allow me to live stream to multiple kind of locations at once. On YouTube, McClutchy there, kicking it for the touchline. Very good kick there as well. We also got the I'm so hungry as well. Says Obi Snake, and also we have got there. What's on your agenda for the evening? Overnight for rugby as well, says Jake. So pretty much we are going to be doing. I was hoping to do the Waikato versus Canterbury game that is going to be kicking off in about an hour's time, but I will have to wait and see whether or not I am awake enough to be able to do that one. Then we are also going to be doing Ireland versus New Zealand at 4:15. Springboks versus South Africa at 2 a.m., but we will be starting at about 1:30. And then also the final game of the night will be England taking on Australia. So we are pretty much up from 1:30 all the way through to when the sun is up, I guess you could say, at about 8:30 or so. At the stage now, rolling maul opportunity for Tasman. Very good kick downfield from Lincoln McClutchy originally, though, to put the Tasman side under pressure. It's going to be high. Tava Nawai tries to line it up, not able to take an area for my eye with a little knock on. And now it is going to be the scrum feed as well. Busy as well, says Jake. We are indeed, mate. Plenty on at this stage, that is for sure. With the amount of rugby we've got this weekend, and then we've got next weekend of international rugby. And then it slows down a little bit, but not before we have a whole heap of sevens that is going to be taking place kind of the stage after that, which is the 26th of November. And also the KFC Big Bash will be the week after that as well. So there is plenty of rugby and also cricket that is going to be taking place in the near future, that is for sure. But we are going to be covering as much of it as we can on the Kiwi Lads and also the Kiwi Lads Sport channel. And subscribe as well, says Brandon there. Chat, so be sure to check out that gaming channel if you do want to check out the Kiwi Lads as well. Oh, to my other YouTube channel. I thought that you were giving us a plug, Brandon, but I see that I was a little bit wrong there. At this stage, Louis Chapman putting the ball, and it's a penalty once again to Hawkes Bay. And they are changing the momentum of this game now. They are doing very nicely. Skip the Canterbury game and sleep till 1:30 a.m. We will manage as well. Bring on the 7 hours of live stream as well, says Jake. So yeah, I probably will end up setting up my next live stream. So I will end up maybe I'll watch the first half by myself, and then from there, maybe have a sleep as well. Black Caps to win tomorrow as well, says Chris. It's going to be an exciting one to see whether or not the Black Caps can do it, due to the fact that at the end of the day, the final so far, we have seen for both semi-finals, whoever wins the toss, if you bat second, you win the game. Only win it by about an hour or so, or not an hour, sorry, by about an over or so. Well, it's got their come flash score. 3 more points. The Magpies, I believe in you as well. Yeah, they are still waiting at this stage. We're 67 minutes in, so they're 5 minutes ahead, but they are still behind at this stage. Flash score as well, says Katie Dixon there. And now at this stage, it is going to be Hawkes Bay. We've got another opportunity, and now going over the top, and once again, the line-out time has let them down. Tava Nawai takes it nicely there for the Tasman side. At this stage, with 12 minutes left, I feel like they will just be kicking this one downfield, perhaps, due to the fact I feel like Flash Score couldn't believe that Lincoln McClutchy got that one over. So they have decided that they won't give him the points until they see about 50 replays of it, perhaps. So Chapman now is going to be kicking this one high from just inside, or just outside of his own 22, sorry. Going high, Lolagi Vizania takes it nicely. Noria for Ma'i now with a bit of a step. And be dragged down once again, straight on the ball. Anton Stegner not able to get it though. Entering now, pass it back. Lolagi Vizania, wide cut out pass. Gives it off to Whainganuku. And this is looking like it could be a try here for Whainganuku. Gets over the line and scores it for Tasman in the 69th minute. Remember when Australia chased down 244 against New Zealand as well. I'll tell you what, it could be a very high scoring one for that final as well. Subscribe to Kiwi Lads as well, says Brandon there. But that is Leicester. Whainganuku has been able to score himself the try there for Tasman. And that puts them in a good position to possibly be able to win this game. But Whainganuku, he was gone. Unfortunately, Lolagi Vizania got it a little bit wrong. And then from there, it did mean that Whainganuku was able to go all the way. So now we will add him to the try scorers list. It is a longer name, so it will take me just a little bit of time to write it out. But I believe I do almost spell it right now. Whainganuku there has been able to score it. Did the shark fin as well, because that might be the difference between these two sides, depending on how it goes in the later stages. But Whainganuku able to score it, and we will add him to the try scorers list as well. We have got that. Remember when Australia did that under bowl as well. Try time in the chat from Brandon, and also try from the Marcos as well, says Sebastian. But now at this stage, Mitch Hunt, the difference at this stage, surely they will update their scoreboard soon, I would like to think. There we go. They've realised that it was closer than I thought as well. Says Crazy and said, yeah, this game's going down to the wire. The thing is, that's C74. We have still got another 10 minutes left of this fixture between the two sides. Whoever wins it goes through the final to face either Canterbury or Waikato. And that is going to be a very important game for both of these sides as well, because both would love to win the Premiership. At the moment, sitting top of the Premiership, it was Hawkes Bay. But if Tasman win this game, that means that Hawkes Bay will be knocked out of this one. But Mitch Hunt from the touchline, 3 points difference between these two sides. An important kick for Mitch Hunt here. Strikes it well. It's gone away to the right, though. And that means that it is only going to be a 3-point difference. We have got there. Heartland Rugby needs more attention. I really enjoy watching those games, but they don't really show too many of them on Sky normally, unfortunately. I will have a quick look to see how many of them we are going to get to see. They've got 2 of the games. They haven't got Mid Canterbury versus Poverty Bay, but they will have South Canterbury versus Thames Valley on Sky Sport 1 tomorrow at 3:35 p.m. And then also Whanganui versus North Otago. That will be at 1:05 p.m. as well. Three-point game that seriously could be a golden point finale as well. And did the guy who did the underarm ball get banned from the sport for life? I don't think so. If I'm not wrong, Tasman going for 3 championships in a row. That's the thing. They're defending champs. And that is exactly what they are going to be trying to stay as of. It was taken nicely by Lolagi Vizinia. I almost combined both of his names that came out as almost a word that didn't sound too good. But now Enery going to be firing it back to Marina Makaeli too. Hawkes Bay want to get straight back into this contest now. Passing it back once again. It is going to be Lincoln McClutchy there. The offload, Puri Rakati Stones goes forward, losing his footing there. Was Renton now. Lincoln McClutchy, first receiver, needs to try and get something going here for his side, and that's going to be stolen there by Tasman once again, and now kick downfield. Alex Nankabell just looking for a bit of space. This might be a 50-22 if this ball goes out, but it's not quite going to. And just having to kick it into touch there, Devon Flanders, and now it will be a 10-metre line out here for Tasman once again. We almost got there. No, he didn't. He's in the Aussie Cricket Hall of Fame. Worshipped like a goddess. So there's Sebastian there, and also loving the 660 sponsorship on the field as well. See Jake Lacey. I did see that earlier on, and I was wondering what the go was there in terms of whether or not it is promotion for an upcoming tour or something along that line. We have got All Blacks 7 versus Tonga 7 semi-final as well, and I don't know much about cricket, but people talk about that incident like he's the worst guy who ever walked the earth as well. Says Katie Dixon. Turnovers conceded here, 15 for Hawkes Bay, 4 for Tasman. That is a big stat throughout this fixture, but the big thing here is 8 minutes left. That is an even bigger number because of the fact that if Tasman can survive for the 8 minutes, or if they can score a try now, I would say they win this game. But Hawkes Bay will not want that to happen. It was almost a 50-22 for Alex Nankavell, but in a way, it did become a 50-22 due to the fact that Devon Flanders had to kick that ball into touch. So now it is the attacking line out for Tasman. 10 metres out from the Hawkes Bay line, 8 minutes left in this Premiership semi-final. Hawkes Bay, they have been doing very well throughout the season. They will certainly not want to lose this one now. And also we've got there, Katie, it wasn't in the rules, but they added it after that game as well. So Waikato, they are going to be at home, but they're not really at home. It is Rotorua International Stadium that game is going to be taking place between them and Canterbury. For that next one, it is going to be very exciting to see who can win that game. That is for sure. But now, once again, Quinton McDonald will have this line out throw here, saying that maybe they're closing the gap just a little bit. He is going to be throwing this one up. Maybe they go to the front to find Arnoku. No, instead they have gone to the back, taken nicely there by Quinton Strange. And now the rolling maul starts up once again. It has kind of been wheeled a little bit by Hawkes Bay. It's gone down, but it is still available there for Chapman at the back. It's been able to take it nicely, offloads it now. Fine Arnoku once again with the carry, 10 metres out in front at the moment. And Hawkes Bay, they are under pressure once again from this Tasman attack. Good tackle there from Pori Rakati Stones. He stayed out on the field throughout this whole match so far. They have still got a few options off the bench for Hawkes Bay as well if they decide to use it. The likes of a Caleb Markini or someone like that. But I think you've got to leave McClutchy out as long as physically possible. Hugh Renton now going to be dragged down. Tasman just phase after phase, only 5 metres out in front now. And it's going to be Hicks who did get the carry there. 6 phases, Anton Segner looks like. Is he going to take on the carry? He doesn't, instead offloads it to Quinton McDonald. Getting closer and closer. Now Segner goes himself around the side of the breakdown. The new Blues signing. Not quite able to get over the line, but Chapman now looks like it is going to be available for something in this back line. It is going to be going to the forwards once again, though. Quinton Strange. Good tackle on him by Pori Rakati Stones, trying to get straight in the back. A breakdown was Tom Parsons. Loose ball there. Mitch Hunt takes it nicely, though, and knew not to throw that interception pass, or else Lulagi Vizinia would have been right on it, but still available for Tasman. 10 phases in, and they've got the advantage now. 6 points difference could be on the cards unless Tamatama Nawai goes straight through. Not quite able to find the offload there. And now off the back, it is going to be Chapman. A lot of pressure on him. Goes back to Mitch Hunt. Goes for the drop kick there from the angle. Wasn't quite able to get it in. They are going to be going back for the penalty. And also we have got there, what a legend, lovely bowl as well, says Hamish there. And also love these tight games. Both deserve to go through as well, says Chris. And also we have got there, when they invent a rule to stop you from being Aussie as well, says it was in the chat from Sebastian, and not very sportsmanship like as well, but 10 out of 10 legendary as well in the chat there. At this stage, Anton Segner, I said that he had just signed for the Blues. He looks like he's got a lot of pain in the shoulder, and this could be the end of his night. Hopefully not the end of his Super Rugby season either, because that would be a big shame. 4 carries so far, 11 tackles, hasn't missed a single tackle yet. But he looks like he's in a lot of pain at the moment for him to go on the bay as well, says an assistant. And also we have got there, anyone remember the Minty ad? And he puts his box down, then hits it for 4 as well. Says Obi, I do not, unfortunately, that time. Mitch Hunt did the drop goal for the, or drop kick for the Crusaders. Tell you what, it was about 50 metres out, wasn't it? Absolutely brilliantly struck for him in this one. And he didn't quite get that one, unfortunately, for him. But now they have still got the penalty advantage, or they had the penalty advantage. Nuria Fama'i going to be the man going off the field. And that is going to be for Kayla Makini. And tell you what, Anton Segner looks like he's in a lot of pain at the moment with the shoulder. So hopefully he will be all right. But it seems like more than likely his night is definitely over. And whether or not he has a Super Rugby season coming up, well, we will have to wait and see, I should say, as well. And so we have got there. Can you read my message as well? I'm going to do All Blacks versus Tonga Sevens on my other YouTube channel as well. And also we have got there where you're from a narcissistic Katie. But at this stage, Devon Flanders, he's going to be off the back of the scrum perhaps for them when they do get a later chance. But I think more than likely Mitch Hunt is going to be taking on the 3. That time David Avili kicked a penalty goal from 60 metres out as well, says Sebastian. There's been a few. I mean, Lincoln McClutchy, if Hawke's Bay win this game, his kick from 57 out will be the one that maybe was the turning point in the match for them. I'm American as well. Says Katie Dixon there, but Mitch Hunt straight out in front here should be able to convert, and this will give Tasman a 6-point lead here in this game. Just checking the win there, Mitch Hunt. Looking ready to go. 4 from 6 tonight as well for the co-captain of Tasman. So letting himself get this one over, he would be very impressed with it, I would think. But 74 minutes down in this game. I know that as soon as I kind of update the scoreboard, when I do put my mouse over it, it will end up going up to about 78. But we are only at 75 at the moment. And Mitch Hunt has got this important kick for the 3. This last 5 minutes, it could go either way due to the fact that Hawke's Bay will still be within the 7 points. So it could come down to a last-minute kick from Lincoln McClutchy, which is why they decided to leave him out there and instead replace Nuria Fama'i. So you should ask Kiwi lads on a date to the New Zealand versus Ireland tomorrow as well. Says a narcissist, and also we've got their jokes in the chat for a narcissist at our other stage. Mitch Hunt strikes it nicely, and it's gone down the middle. So now at this stage, okay, it says 80-plus minutes, but that is not the case. But 33 points to Tasman now and 26 for Hawke's Bay. So 6 points difference between these two sides, less than 5 minutes work. And also we have got the I already asked Doug Furlong out on a date as well. Says Katie Dixon, yeah, the Leinster man going to be starting in the front row alongside Andrew Porter and Ronan Kelleher. That's going to be dangerous at scrum time. And also they have got a few other very good players scattered in there. Johnny Sexton for the experience at 10, but Joey Carberry coming off the bench for Ireland as well. Same with Tyke Byrne. In the later stages, that's going to be kicked off by Lincoln McClutchy now, taken nicely inside of the 22 by Tavatava Nawai off to Tareka Davita. This stage, though, Lolagi Vizinia almost able to get straight on the ball, but Jacob Norris now has got the ball here for Tasman. Hawke's Bay working hard to try and get it back, and it is going to be a forward pass. And now it is going to be the scrum feed for Hawke's Bay inside of the 22 at Tasman. This game is not over yet. I ask Sebastian on a date to the game as well, and I'll be there with Charlotte Caslick and Chavo as well. Says Sebastian there, I might have a sleep after the Waikato game. Lots of middle of the night rugby as well. Says no, Mum, I think I'll have to do the same as well. And also I'm going with Wendy Petrie as well. Says Obi there, but that was just a little bit forward from Chapman into the hands of Jacob Norris. Big mistake there for Tasman, because now only a few meters out from the line. It's going to be a big opportunity for them to try and get something going here. Like they are saying, the scrum has been unsettled so far throughout the match for Tasman. Hawke's Bay are in the perfect attacking opportunity. Tasman versus Canterbury final hopefully as well. And beware the beard of Chabal as well. That one has gone up in the front rows, and we are going to have once again another scrum reset. It's going to be interesting. This final few moments, Hawke's Bay, if they score in the corner, it's going to all come down to a final kick from Lincoln McClutchy, and he has been known for nailing those last-minute kicks if he needs to. And also we have got their still Sucks, Auckland and North Harbour, etc. Didn't get to finish the comp. I think a lot of people were most disappointed with the fact that Roger Tuivasa-Sheck signed for Auckland, and we didn't get to see him play a single game due to the fact that he didn't play in those first couple matches, and he was just about ready to go. But he does miss the rest of the season. Tusitala now going to be passing the ball back. Oh, it's going to be kicked down by Chapman now. A little bit of a wrestle between the two sides, and it is going to be an advantage now for Hawke's Bay once again. So they have got 2.5 minutes left. They have got the penalty advantage, I believe it is, or it might be a knock-on advantage for Josh Kaifa now, charging his way forward. Only a few minutes left in this fixture now. Lincoln McClutchy inside ball to Caleb Markini is dragged down. So with that advantage, they can still throw everything at this. It is going to be now in the hands of Kereru Sims. And the number 16 jersey, Devon Flanders now driving forward up to the 22. Still available. The ball has come free, but it is going back for offside. And it is the penalty. Tasman are slowing it down as well. Says Jake Dan, we celebrate Doug Furlong's birthday in his house too. We got a huge cheese Danish today. Everybody say happy birthday to Doug Furlong on the 14th as well. So his is the 14th of November. So he is going to be having his birthday very, very soon. As you can say, he would absolutely love, tell you what, best birthday present for that man, win over the All Blacks. I feel like he will well and truly take that as a kind of, I guess, reward for his birthday. A reward? Do you call it a reward? It's not really a reward. A present, probably the best way to go the boy as well. And converter try needed here as well. And also still heaps of cases up Auckland area. Now Taupo as well, says Shane, and get lost Tasman. As I says a narcissist, yeah, this stage, Kiruru Sims going to be lining up this one. 1 minute 20 left in the semi-final. Whoever wins this goes through to face either Waikato or Canterbury. 5 meters out, rolling maul opportunity here for Hawkes Bay, and tell you what, it would be the exact same way as they started the season. They've got the advantage now. Kiriru Sims breaking off the back. The stage now, Hawkes Bay have still got it available. Tusitala trying to pierce through the gap. They have got the advantage. Only a couple meters out. It's going to be Wa'a. Only a meter short. They are getting closer and closer to the line. Pori Stone's a meter short. Is this going to be the moment that wins Hawkes Bay the game over the line? Is he? I believe he is. Are they going to be giving it? Held up. It's held up. So they are going back now for the penalty. Only a few meters out. We always got there. And the chat is going to be all over the country as well. Says no mama, and I'm fully vaccinated. Says Shane there in the chat. I was about to say. That looked pretty close. They're going to go for the line out once again here. Lincoln McClutchy kicking it for the Dutch line. And Taranaki versus the Otago going to be a ripper as well, says Chris. It is indeed. Probably a high scoring one as well. If it is dry conditions, both sides have the potential to just keep on running that ball and held up balls as well, says Sebastian, although it's not over yet. They still have the advantage, which does now mean with 7 seconds left in this fixture, they are going to be able to go for the rolling ball once again. Go Hawkes Bay, says Jordan in the chat as well. Taken nicely by Tom Parsons. Now at this stage, once again, driving sideways. Kiriru Sims has gone down. They are going still with it here. The rolling ball, Hawkes Bay. It's going to be Pori Stones getting closer and closer. If they don't get this ball out, this will be the end of the game. But now breaking off the back. It's going to be now almost, yes, it was stolen there by Tasman. He has to leave the break down there, but it is still going to be on the side of Hawkes Bay, only a couple meters short of the line. Still going, Josh Kaifa now trying to break through the tackle, but he has been dragged down. At this stage, they cannot afford to give away an advantage here, Tasman. This could be the end of the game if Marino. McAley too gets close to Levi Muller. Straight on the ball, though, and he has been able to rip it away. And now at this stage, kicking it into touch there, and Tasman have won the game. Oh, he's been pushed over and knocked into the barrier, and I feel like there's going to be a little bit of push and shove going on here. Between a few guys on the sideline, yeah, there is. People ripping off headgear and whatnot. At this stage, it is going to be the end of the match, and Tasman able to hang on, and they are going through to the final. 33 points to 27. Come on, as I says, Jordan, and the ball, and the try. As I says, that is close. As I says, Jordan, yeah, right at the last moment, it was Marino Makale too, and then in the end, it was Levi Moore got straight on the ball, able to turn it over, and then from there, Chapman kicks it into touch as well. So if Waikato win, that is a home final for them as well. Says no moment, it is indeed. And also, if Canterbury win, it will be a home final due to the fact that Tasman were 4th on the table as well. That was Intensio as well. And huge victory over by Tasman. Well, 10 on the ball as well. Unlucky the Bay as well in the chat from an sister. Yeah, this stage. Are you doing the Waikato? I was keen to, but I think I will have to quickly set up the next live stream due to the fact that I haven't actually got one ready yet. But we will be doing it. If we do it, it will be on this channel. And we will be setting it up in a very short moment as well over fight as well. Says Obi Snape. Unless, thank you all very much for tuning in. If you did enjoy this live stream and you are happy to see that we are back on the main channel, be sure to leave a like. Also subscribe to the channel, and I will be back in about, I would say, 42 minutes with the Waikato versus Canterbury game. But thank you all very much for tuning in, and I will see you all for the next one.